Oh, thank you, Joe. Sorry, I'm bowled over. Hello, welcome to... Doesn't get any better.
Start as he means to go on.
Start as you mean to carry on. That exact, or whatever you said. Hello, welcome to Shop on TV. My name's Rob Lock with an E. And this is Joe Remblant's Celebrity Chef. That doesn't mean he cooks celebrities. It means he cooks for celebrities. Good to see you.
How are you? Great to be out with you. It's been a long time.
I know. I've always enjoyed working with you.
Yeah.
We've done it for many years.
You said that like in the past tense, like it was something you once enjoyed.
Yes, let's see how tonight goes, and then I'll see if the judgment will continue. No, you're brilliant.
Thanks.
You cook really well, and he explains things very, very concisely and clearly. And I'm really happy because, ladies and gentlemen, oh, where did that burst of energy come from? I've had Salter products all my life. The first wok I ever bought, and I cook pretty much everything in a wok, well, till I got my towel pans. Salter wok, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what we have for you tonight. Brand new today. Look at it. Oh, it's like I've gone to the tape gallery or something. It's the VertiCook Ultra Stackable Air Fryer. Vertical 9 litre. How many times have we seen to say vertical? 9 litre digital 2 times 4.5 litre baskets and racks. Sink match 2400 watts. Note to self, talk to somebody about the graphics and the long description. No, honestly, this has got so much going on, hasn't it? It really has.
Yeah.
And you know it's a good price too.
Absolutely, it is. And Salter have been around since 1760.
Have they been around
which
that
is
long?
fantastic. So they really know what they're doing. So many of us already own Salter products in our homes. Air fryers, of course, so incredibly popular because, you know, Salter believe this could save you up to around 58% in your energy bill. So that's quite a big claim.
Pay for itself in the end.
Absolutely, it would.
£129 at Amazon and Salter. We've got it for £114.99. You know, with electronics, it's the margins, as they say, are very, very skinny. It's very hard to get good prices on electrical items, and I think we've done a fabulous job here for you. And I tell you what, Joe, this is a bit like you. Oh. Not only is it multifunctional, it's good looking as well. It's vertical as well.
Some of the time.
Yeah, some of the time. Yeah. It's a good-looking bit of kit.
It is a
good-looking bit of kit.
What I love about this as well, 2 4.5 litre drawers. So each one of these drawers, let me show you on this machine over here. So these are 4.5 litres in size, which is great. So do you know what? Actually, if we had just a single 4.5 litre air fryer, we'd be really happy with that.
Yeah.
But you've got 2 here, which is amazing. It will still fit under sort of conventional height over-counter cupboards. So you're going to be able to slide it under your cupboards.
But it has a smaller footprint.
Absolutely. It's going to save you up to about 40% space compared to a side-by-side. And if you are looking at those sort of side-by-side ones, the larger ones are normally a 9 litre capacity, which is exactly what this is.
And then, I mean, they're taking up a lot of counter space.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, a lot of modern flats and things, they don't have a lot of counter space.
Of course,
you know.
And the other great thing about this is, look, you can use one of these on their own. You can use 2 of them independently. You can actually match them together as well, because what you've actually got on here is pre-programmed functions, which is great. So, you know, a lot of air fryers, just time and temperature, that's great. You can just set this up as time and temperature if you want to. But what I love about this is that you've got the different preset functions. So you can independently program either of these. So number 1, of course, is going to be the top one here. Number 2 is going to be the bottom one. And then you can use the preset functions.
So you can have the same time and temperature, or you can have different times.
Absolutely.
And can you have them finish at the same time so that you're not...
That's really important. So select your different functions. So I'm just going to show you how you would program this for argument's sake. So let's say inside one, we're going to cook some chicken. Now, this is going to be any kind of meat or protein that you want to do. It's going to suggest 200 degrees for 15 minutes. So I want to adjust the temperature I can. Range goes right up to 230 here, which is amazing.
That's a lot.
Really high. And then we can adjust the time this side as well. So we're going to adjust that. I'm actually going to leave that. Let's say we're going to put our meat on for 25 minutes. Let's say also at the same time, we want to do some potatoes in the other side. So we go side number 2, potatoes. That's going to say 22 minutes for 200 degrees. So I think that's great. But we all do, and I've got to remember to come back in 3 minutes and put the other one on. You don't need to do that. So down here, you can either sync cook, that programs both sides so they're doing the same time and temperature, or you can match cook. Now, the other thing I love with this, so let's just press start there, and what you'll see is one side will be counting down. I've actually just put them on
the
match.
other way around.
But,
match is the same, and
what
sync
you'll
is,
then see is that what it will do is it will hold one side, get the other side. When the timer reaches the same as the other side, so basically every meal is always going to be cooked together at the same time. You've also got a turn reminder on here as well. So let's say you're cooking something that's important, you turn it over, like a steak, a piece of salmon. Hit the time reminder, it'll beep at you halfway through cooking to let you know it's time to flip that over.
I've got to say that's really important, because the one I've got at home does it, but there's, you know, the market leader, I've got one of those in the crew house, and tonight I was doing a steak. You know, I do it for 18 minutes, and then I go to my phone, or somebody calls me, and I forget at 9 minutes to flip it over.
Absolutely.
So
with
to
this,
have the reminders really useful.
Now, the other thing that we've got here, this is really cool. So this button just here, down here, says VertiCook Ultra. Now, this is really cool. So actually what you're going to get is these shelves in here. So with one of the trays, I mean, I've got pastries in here at the moment. We're going to cook these shortly. But what you can actually do is put your veggies or your carbohydrates in the bottom, sit this on the top, put your protein on top, press the VertiCook button. That will allow them, tell the machine that we're going to do 2 layers in each of the baskets. So actually what you can do is cook a whole meal in one basket alone if you want to.
Because I've seen these that have the extra trivet, but they don't have a special function to accommodate the second trivet. So this is specially programmed to make sure everything cooks evenly.
So this redistributes that hot air inside, and means that you're going to get perfect cooking and perfect results when you're using that separator or that divider in there. I'm just going to pop this on, because what we're going to do is we're going to set this up. We're going to do some pastries in here. So I'm going to put this on to 160, this side, and we're going to put this on for 25 minutes. Now, I want to do both sides the same, so I'm going to hit that match cook, super match cook, and then start. So we're actually going to do 9 pastries in there all at the same time. 9 so you can get a lot in here. A job lot indeed.
What I love about air fryers, look, it's an oven. I think people forget that sometimes, that it is an oven. It's a mini oven. So what you cook in your main oven, you can cook in an air fryer, but you can do it with generally a lot less electricity and also a lot less time. And I really love the fact that the way that superheated air sears the outside of the food and then cooks it really beautifully inside, you tend to get very succulent, very sort of juicy results, I've found. Have you found the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. You really, really do with this, which is wonderful. What I'm going to do is I just need a little bit more space in that one, so I'm just going to take that trivet out.
It's a large chicken.
It's a very large chicken, so I'm going to pop that down into there. The great thing is, though, you know, this is a wonderful addition to your regular oven when you need it to be. So let's say on a Sunday, you know, how do you balance it? You meant to have the roasties on one temperature, something else on another temperature. What this does is it gives you extra oven space. But what it does is really it gives you 2 extra ovens, because you can use these 2 separate cooking spaces, 4.5 litres, 4.5 litres, and they can be at their own independent temperatures, because we all know how annoying it is when you buy. Let's say you can, look, we're all in a rush sometimes. You buy a moussaka and some potatoes. One needs to be on 200 for 10 minutes. One needs to be on 160 for 15 minutes. So what do? You just sort of go somewhere in the middle. Nothing's cooking at the right time or temperature, but at least it's all ready at the same time.
But also,
with this, you can individually program it.
I can't even remember the last time I used my big oven, because also they're big. So you put the food in the centre, you've got to heat up the whole cabinet, so it's 20 minutes before it's even reached temperature. You're heating a much larger space than you need to. And to me, it's just pointless. And mine's a fan-assisted oven, but that's what this is. It's instant heat. I think it cooks better. Instead of drying food out, it does the opposite. It makes it moist and succulent.
And what I love about air frying is that so many people that think they can't cook can cook in an air fryer, because it's really easy to do, because all you're doing is selecting the time and the temperature. The machine will tell you when it's time to turn the food over as well. And someone said to me the other day, why is it so convenient cooking in an air fryer? The difference is, let's say I'm cooking that chicken in the oven, I need to get it out. I've got to find a cloth, got to get it out, take the roasting tray out, maybe then get the potatoes, then move them over. With this, what I love about this is that actually I can just pull this out of here, give this a shake, pop this back in, and off it goes. It's just such an easy and convenient way of cooking.
One of the arguments, I suppose, that someone could have levied, is that the right? Leveled at these is that, yeah, but, you know, if I do a Sunday roast, I can have it on top of my parsnips and you get all the juices and everything. But you know, you can do that with this.
You absolutely can do that with this. Yeah, of course you can.
Layers.
The best way to think about this is sort of, you know, it's a next generation oven. Look, fan-assisted ovens. Remember when we went from a regular oven to a fan-assisted oven?
I do.
How it really changed the way we cook, because it would cook more quickly. We got better results. Food crisped and browned better. This really is sort of the step beyond that air fryer. So you are going to get faster results. I would say, if I had to sort of, you know, conservatively say how much quicker it's going to cook, around 20 to 25% faster than your regular conventional oven. But the other thing with this as well is that you don't wait for this to heat up.
No.
So we cook immediately. So the moment you put the food in, you turn it on.
In fact, it's probably finished cooking by the time your regular oven's has got to temperature.
So let's say, just for argument's sake, that we're going to put the regular oven on here to 200. It's probably going to take 12 to 15 minutes to heat up. There are so many things that we're going to cook tonight in the show that take less than 12 to 15 minutes to cook. Therefore, you're going to be eating from here whilst you're still waiting for your big oven to get hot.
These have become so popular, these air fryers, that most of the food you buy now has got air fryer instructions on it.
It really does.
But otherwise, just follow what, if it doesn't, just follow what you would do in your fan-assisted oven. So it's usually 20 degrees less than you would with a normal temperature.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or Google or the interweb is plenty with instructions. If you want to know how to cook something, I did it. Add, you know, large sausages, air fryer, how long? And it's tells you the temperature, tells you the time, bish bash bosh, job's good.
If you are amending a recipe that you generally tend to cook in your regular oven, what I would say is, rather than adjust the time, adjust the temperature. So if you'd normally do it on 190 for 20 minutes, I'd probably do it on 170 and take a little bit of time off, so maybe about 18 minutes. That's how I tend to do it.
You can open and you can go, no, it needs a little bit longer, stick it back in, and then you're not waiting for the oven to get up to temperature. It's instant.
Most people, let's face it, probably, you know, a lot of people, I reckon, have an air fryer. How many people have an air fryer? It's maybe about 6 litres. It's got one drawer. It's revolutionised the way you cook. However, you are still having to prepare your meal somewhere else as well. So you're using your air fryer, but you're using the hob. You're using the air fryer, but you're still using the grill. Or you've got the oven on at the same time. This is great because it's 2 air fryers stuck together. So what it means is now, rather than preparing part of your meal in your air fryer, you're going to be creating your whole meal. You can actually do up to 4 different elements of a dish all together in the one machine.
Amazing for steaks. We're going to do steaks later.
At the very end, so I keep your focus.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Don't want to give you what you want too soon.
I need the protein. But no, so I did. I go to the supermarkets, do these extra or thick cut ribeyes and sirloins. So you know, because I do keto, I'm on sirloins pretty much all day. And a big thick cut sirloin, it's 18 minutes at 200 degrees, and I just flip it halfway through and I can season it, and it's absolutely delicious. But you get that wonderful sort of the crispy bits, the fats, they get nice and crispy, and that wonderful, beautiful flavour that you get from that. Obviously if you're into eating meat, but inside they're so succulent. Air frying locks in the juices. When you think about it, why do we fry? Well, the whole point of frying is the oil is not there. It's not there for flavour or for any other reason. It's the way to transfer heat into the food. But because when you put food into oil, if you're frying, it cools the oil down, some of it then seeps into the food. Whereas with air frying, the heating medium is the air. So it instantly sears the outside. Well, I say instantly, very quickly sears the outside, and you get better results. I air fry every day. In fact, I've got several different devices. I've got an air fryer like this. I've got an air grill, which is like a grill that uses air fryer technology. I mean, it's so good, I literally bought every device for every use case scenario that I could think of. And at this price, $114.99, it really looks good. This reminds me, I once saw a Bentley Continental in that wonderful matte black finish. Oh, it was lovely. That's what this reminds me of. And with the gold trim as well, it's very blingy. But also the fact that you've got that wonderful clear LCD screen. So often you have screens that on the top, on buttons that you can't really tell where they are, and it's not always easy to use an air fryer. This is clear, it's concise, and it's accurate. It looks good, it does a good job, it's an amazing price, it's a large capacity. I just don't know what else, what other reason that you would not buy it for. And where'd you get it? Well, I've heard Shop on TV. There's this company called Shop on TV. I say company. It's a TV show on Freeview and ITV and STV. And they got this website, shopontv.co.uk. And if you go there, then you can purchase it. And actually, if you want, you can even give them a call, 033 332 41241. They'll take your order over the phone as well. But please do check out. I don't think we've got an absolutely massive stock of this. So I would recommend get it while you can. Check it out, and it will be on its way to you. What day are we today? Is it Friday? It's Friday. No, it's Saturday morning, technically. So this'll go out Monday. You should have it by midweek. And if you've got a caravan, if you've got an RV, if you or maybe you have
a gîte.
A what now?
A gîte.
What's that?
A gîte is like an annex in French.
Is it?
You know, when you go off to Provence, you might. Oh, don't worry, we'll stick you in the gîte. Yeah.
Make your eyes water, I would have thought. But the other thing is, if you've got a student in student accommodation, or if you're a professional television presenter who's given up his entire life to go and live in a bedsit, then you can have one in your bedsit. But no, student accommodation, HMOs, I think they call them. That sounds a bit nicer than a bedsit, doesn't it? But it's true that it's called a bedsit because you sit on the bed. I don't have a sofa. I don't have to. I haven't got a sofa.
I love sitting on the bed.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
It's my happy place.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to swap? So do check out now. It's a fabulous price, ladies and gentlemen. If you went to salter.com, that's where they sell this. That's where they make and sell this. £129. Or you can go to that, I don't know if you've heard of this one, Amazon, yeah, the jungle website, as I used to call it. £129. And so great prices, and they are the yardstick by which we judge prices quite often, Amazon, aren't they? And we are at £114.99. So we've done a very special deal. I hate the word deal, so I think it sort of cheapens things.
It's a place in Kent, you know.
Is it?
Deal.
Deal?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Are you coming over this way?
We're going over there,
Oh, do you want to switcheroo?
Yeah, let's have a switcheroo.
I was going to say, I feel like I was being edged out for a minute.
Oh.
Anyway.
You're in a funny mood tonight.
I'm always in a funny mood.
You are.
Yeah, I've lost the will to live.
You're in a funny fettle.
Funny fettle.
In the northeast.
I love a good fettle.
Do you know what I love?
What's that?
A good chip.
Do you?
Yeah. So let me just share with you what I've got here. So what we've got
those are nice and brown and crispy.
Beautiful, crispy and brown. And the great thing is, this is what you get with this style of cooking. You get the most incredible all over.
Did you use oil
even
or
crisping and browning? So I did use oil, only just about a tablespoon, but you can really hear the crisp and crunch. And they look like the ones that my nan used to do in the chip pan. They've got that kind of look and feel to them.
Without the risk of burning the house.
Absolutely. Now, this really, chips, I mean, when we first started air frying, chips was the main thing we were all doing, wasn't it? And the reason is because deep frying uses around 25 to 30% fat. So when we, when we put those chips there into hot oil, studies have shown that they will soak up around 25 to 30% fat. So this is so much better. We're talking about something
oils,
here
it's not good fat
that's
either.
about 3 to 5% fat. So, so much less.
And you don't have to use any. That's just for a bit of flavour, isn't it? A bit of browning.
So anything that's less than 5% fat is considered low fat.
Yeah,
so we're talking about things that are a real treat that the air fryer can make so much nicer, which is better. Let me just get some Tommy K for those as well.
Some Tommy K.
Yeah.
I've never heard it
a bit of that. Have you not? A bit of Tommy K.
See, I'm not afraid of fat. I'm just afraid of bad fat. I think if you have good quality fats, then don't get me started.
But this really highlights for me why air frying is so cool, why the technology is so different to using your regular oven. So what dictates how crispy something is the speed at which you remove the moisture from it. Without getting too technical, so that's why deep fat frying, a very hot, intense temperature, things go in, moisture is removed really fast, and that's why it's crispy. So that is why air frying gives you the kind of results that you would struggle to achieve in your regular oven.
That's why they call it frying, because the air does is the same effect as frying.
The air does, because what we've got in here is inside the machine, you've got this cyclonic superheated air, which is instantly generated, and that removes the moisture quickly, and that is why you get the most incredible crisp and crunch when you're doing things like chips in here, but also roast potatoes, roasted vegetables.
I did my Christmas roast potatoes on my air grill.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they were lovely. Duck fat roast potatoes.
Oh, nice. Do you know, I follow this lady on socials,
Do you?
and she does Battle of the Roast Potatoes.
Oh.
And every week, she cooks roast potatoes in a different fat.
Right.
And the one that she did that has really sort of got my piqued my interested, clotted cream roast potatoes. So basically, boil the potatoes, mix it up, and then just put some clotted cream in and mix that in. And that's the fat that you used to cook them.
Lord,
I know,
that sounds
incredible,
wonderful.
right? Absolutely incredible. Give that a go. And again, you could do that in here. So if you wanted to do, you know, duck fat roast potatoes, absolutely you can. You don't need to parboil your potatoes when you do them.
You can buy them in a packet, and that's the great. I did mine out of a packet. That's the great thing, because this is the perfect machine for convenience food, isn't it? If you've got a freezer full of nibbles that you can, you know, maybe somebody shows up out of the blue, or your kids bring home a stranger from school, a friend, you know, a school friend, not just a stranger, obviously that would be weird. And it's like, oh, I've got nothing in, but you've got some little mini pizzas or some chips or some, you know, some chicken nuggets or something.
At Christmas, if you really hate your neighbours, you don't need to spend as much time with them. Because if they come over, if you had to warm a mince pie up in the regular oven, that's 25 minutes of idle conversation while the oven gets hot. 3 minutes, in and out, sorted. Absolutely sorted.
This is perfect for the antisocial.
And what I love about this, I think what I love about air frying generally, and any new kitchen appliance actually, is I think sometimes, especially maybe we had the January New Year's resolutions, we're now, what, a third of the way through February, and you're thinking, gosh,
it's crazy.
We're still not really getting anywhere.
The first quarter's almost over.
Absolutely. And maybe you're thinking that you'd like to get back to cooking from scratch more. This machine will be brilliant at letting you do that. So chips are a great example. All I've got here are some potatoes. I've cut them up. I'm going to use about a tablespoon of oil. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, to be fair. You can measure that into there if you want to. I love to use a cold-pressed rapeseed oil.
Do you?
Higher in omega vitamins, lower in saturated fat. You get really nice locally produced stuff as well. But any oil that you want. I don't really recommend olive oil. Has a bit of a low smoke point, olive oil. So all I'm going to do is mix that together. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to separate that into my two baskets.
Bash them in.
Really easy. And that is it. We are done. So let's then load this up. I'm going to just come around the other side and I will share with you exactly how you program this. So really simple and easy. All you've got is your on button down here. You've then got your preset function. So you've got preheat, chicken, fries, steak, veg. You've also got your fish, and you've got a baking function on there as well. So that's going to cover pretty much everything that you're going to cook in the kitchen. We're going to go on to fries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press number 1, and then I'm going to press fries. It's going to suggest 200 for 22 minutes. And that's pretty much about right. I'm just going to knock it up. I like them particularly crispy, so I'm going to put that temperature up to 220. And you will find what works for you when you use this at home. If we wanted to do a different time and temperature and setting, we could do that on number 2 and then sync them together. But we're going to match, so I'm going to hit the match button, and then I'm going to hit start. And that is it. I am done now.
I mean, that was hard, wasn't it?
So hard.
Which side do you need to be?
Well, let's do-si do again.
Let's do-si do. We could be like those, what are those things in the cuckoo clocks?
The cuckoo clocks?
Yeah. No, you don't?
A glockenspiel.
Is that no, that's something different, isn't it?
Is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, how are we doing with our chicken?
Let's have a little look at this. Let's turn this over, because you can see this is roasting up an absolute treat. Just to give you an idea as well, that is a medium chicken that I've got there, and that fits really comfortably.
Like it can contact dead chickens.
Sorry?
It's a medium chicken, you said.
A medium chicken.
So it can contact other dead chickens.
It knows how long it needs. Let's you know.
Ah, there we are.
Hey.
Nice.
If you want to baste it, you can, absolutely. What I would also say is I've taken the trivet out of here because I just need a little bit of extra space. I would always normally cook with the trivet in, especially if you're doing things where you want extra crisp and crunch, because the trivet basically allows the airflow to pass through it and underneath it. If you wanted to, a lot of people like to put a bit of foil in their air fryer, or a bit of parchment or something like that. You can put
get
that
liners,
on top.
can't
you can,
you, as well?
Or what I tend to do, if it's from a mess point of view, that's why I'm lining the basket.
Yes, yeah.
I would put the foil or the parchment in first, and I'd set the trivet on top. The great thing with this is you've got dishwasher, oh hello,
easy for you to say,
dishwasher safe accessories here. So you bung everything in the dishwasher afterwards.
Bear in mind, don't use inserts in this because of the vertical air fryers. The fan is at the back, not on the top. So you'll see these holes at the back. That's where the hot air gets in. So if you put a liner in it, then it ain't going to get in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can see the fan in the reverse of the machine.
But again, look at the crisp and the crunch that you're getting here, which is amazing. So
I did my stuffing balls. I did my roast potatoes. I loved it. I did everything. But I mean, do you know something? A recipe that you did at a place we worked before, where you take a chicken thigh with skin on and bone in. You cut the bone out and you put a filling into the middle and fold it over.
Delicious.
I make those all the time in my air fryer.
Absolutely.
Do you know it's flying out the door, folks. We knew it was going to.
I think the great...
It's a smart machine. Please check out. Please check out. Please check out.
I think the great thing about this is, a machine like this will really inspire you to start cooking again. I think so often we get stuck in a rut with cooking. We have the same thing every day. And you know what? For some of us, like if I have a sandwich for tea, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But for a lot of people out there, you have to prepare a meal for your family day in, day out, every single time. Something like this will make it so much easier for you because it's fast, it's efficient when it comes to your time and also the energy that it's using.
You really can't mess it up.
Absolutely.
And it's got the presets. So if in doubt, use the presets. It's 37 centimetres high. It's about 42 deep. Now, most of it's in the depth. Now, that 42 deep is about the same depth as any regular double side or sort of side-by-side air fryer. But it's the width that is where you really save on the space.
It does. It's saving about 40% on counter space compared to conventional 8-litre 2-drawer air fryer. So this is a 9-litre. This would be what would be referred to with other brands as the larger ones, the XL version of something.
Right.
You're getting it in here. 4.5 litres in the top, 4.5 litres in the bottom. Whether you want to have them as two completely independent cooking space, maybe you just want to use one most of the time. You know that when you want to, you've got the option. Remember as well that you get the divider in here and the preloaded function, which means you can tell the machine when you're using the divider. So that could be some veggies, some potatoes in the bottom, a piece of salmon, some burgers on the top of there, and you're going to get really beautiful, crisp results on things like protein, but perfectly cooked potatoes or vegetables on the underside. So actually think about doing a whole meal for 2 people just in one drawer.
Well, I know you can have 2 completely different meals. Maybe you've got... I wanted to say just before... I'm going to interrupt myself.
OK.
Those trivets are really well made. A lot of the trivets I've seen in other machines, they almost feel a bit like an afterthought. They're really, really well made.
And dishwasher safe.
And it's got a function built in to actually... So you're telling the machine, we've got a second trivet in, and it's going to adjust the cooking to make sure that you get even heat cooking top and bottom. And now I've interrupted myself. I can't remember what I was going to say.
These are almost done.
3-year guarantee as well.
These are almost done. We put these on almost no time ago. So brilliant for baking. Whether you want to do things like cookies, we're going to do cookies in this show. Brownies are amazing. Things like pastries as well. Now these are those sort of pre-done frozen pastries that you get from the supermarket.
Now, and you can use ramekins and things like that. You can, because people always say, "Can I use cookware or bakeware in my oven?" Of course you can. If it fits, yes.
Really
it's an oven. It's just a smaller oven.
Absolutely. Anything that's oven safe is completely safe to use in your air fryer. So glass,
I like silicone,
stoneware, silicone, ceramic. All of those different things completely fine to use in here. And look at these on a Sunday morning.
What are these?
I
say those are fancy.
Petit pastry.
Is that an egg custard?
Is some kind of custardy Danish in there. Pastry's my weakness.
Everything I can't eat. Oh, I love pastries. Pastries, I could live on bread, potato and cake. Ooh. If there was a bread, potato and cake diet, I'd be the skinniest person alive. Oh, dear. Isn't it great? Very smart piece of equipment, ladies and gentlemen. And please do get yourself one, the VertiCook Ultra. It's I think the first time we've had in any sort of meaningful or large way salter on our airwaves. We've really sort of opened a pocket of, or a seam of gold. We've struck gold. We've got some amazing new relationships with big suppliers, bringing even more great brands to Shop on TV, and Salter is one of them. You can go to shopontv.co.uk, click on the live on air shop now. That takes you through to our live page. And oh my, what a smorgasbord we have on there. We've got some air fryer books from Paul Brodell, who's one of our celebrity chefs. He's brilliant. We've got a hand whisker, hand blender. We've also got an amazing steamer. Now, if you missed out on this on Tuesday, this is from Beldray, another big brand. This we will be showing very, very shortly. That is a vertical steamer. It's exactly when I'm on set, in the capacity as an actor, whether I'm in a film or a television series, the wardrobe department generally use these vertical steamers for the costumes for many, many reasons. A, they are brilliant, and also they're, I just think, more convenient than an iron. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, this is a super de-duper one. It's 1.4 litres of water that it will hold, 3 steam levels. It's got a built-in hanger at the top, so you can hang your clothes over it. It's a very well-made bit of kit, and it goes up to 1.5 metres if you want to extend it up high, or you can, there are 2 sort of height settings if you want it a little lower down. Great piece of kit, that, and it flew out the door the other day. We've just got it back in stock. But the air fryer, before we go to our steamer in a moment, we've got a video, I think, on that, which I'm very excited to see. Let's just remind you, this is the Salter air fryer. I really recommend you get it while you can, because once ITV join us in about 15-20 minutes' time, it's going to get a bit crazy. It's going to go nuts. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. It's a movie quote. It's from Batman.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
One?
No, Michael Keaton, yeah. Although he also repeated the line in The Flash when he made an appearance.
Recycled the line?
Huh?
Recycled the line?
He recycled the line, but he did it in a slightly different way. And everyone was like, oh. Yeah, it's very good. Anyway, I could talk movies all night, but that's not what I'm being paid for. Not sure what I am being paid for, but no, it's not that. But anyway, this is brand new today. It's a super bit of kit.
Yeah.
What can we say about air fryers that hasn't already been said, Joe?
I think air fryers have really revolutionised the way that we cook. We have TV series about them. We have multiple cookbooks about them. They've actually been around. This style of air fryer has been around since 2012. So this is not something that's only just come about. You know, air frying is here to stay because it is a fast, efficient, but more delicious way of cooking our foods. The amount of effort you're putting in to get fantastic results is really, really brilliant here. And also, I think, you know, if you are a family that, you know, you are in a hurry, maybe you are cooking multiple dishes for multiple different people, then this is a machine that is really going to allow you to do that easily, because what we've got here is 2, essentially think of this as 2 separate 4.5 litre air fryers that just live in the same box, if you will.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you've got a vegan in the family, these are hot, so I can't show you, but when you take the trays out, there's no contamination between compartments.
No, completely separate compartments. So,
absolutely,
and we'll talk about that more as we go through the show. We'll do some veggie spring rolls in one and some meaty ones in another later, and a steak, and maybe a bread and butter pudding. Some pizzas as well. A little bit. We've got all the hits.
I just went back on my diet 3 days ago.
All the hits are coming up. They really are. And also the other thing I love about it is that from Salter, they are a brand that you can trust. They've been around since 1760.
What did they make in 1760?
They were actually making weighing scales, is how they started.
Oh, that makes sense.
Most people, if you have weighing scales at home, especially the older, think of the older mechanical style ones, you know, with the
I remember them.
Always usually Salters. So that's what they started off doing. But they are a great company. You know, they are a household name. They will give you a 3-year guarantee as standard with this when you register your purchase when you get it at home. And I think that really is them putting their money where their mouth is. And now, you know, whereas a couple of years ago, air fryers of this style, we were looking at price points of upwards of £300. You know, we really are able to bring you great brands.
Some of them still are.
Yeah, great brands, but also really great functionality, but at incredible prices. So maybe you've had a 5 or 6 litre single drawer air fryer, you've always wanted to upgrade, because let's face it, this really is the top of the tree when it comes to air fryers. This is the top of the range.
The reason people have, a lot of people I imagine, have not upgraded is because they were like, well, I don't want one of the big wide ones. But the vertical air fryers really just sort of popped up, I suppose, maybe last year, possibly the year before.
Absolutely,
so now, for the footprint of a single air fryer, you've got a double. Genius! It's genius, I tell you. 432-408 is your item number. The Salter VertiCook Ultra. It's amazing. It's an amazing bit of kit, and it's just £114.99. And you can spread the cost if you want to on PayPal. Pay in thrice. Actually, it's 3, but I just felt like saying thrice. And you can call us 03333 241 241. Now I feel silly standing here in an apron showing you a steamer. But it's the nature of the beast. By the way, those are the prices if you want to get the Salter elsewhere, Amazon or Salter themselves. You're going to pay £129, but we've got it for £114.99. But I did promise you that we would show you from Beldre because this just came back into stock. I just love this. It's so... For 59... Hello? Yeah, I'll tell him, don't worry. Are you sure that that's not £159.99? The quality of this is insane. You've got your water tank at the back. That's what you put water in. You've got your dial at the front. That's how you adjust off, silk, cotton and linen. So you've got 3 different temperatures. There's a removable brush if you need to agitate. To do what? Agitate the fibres, my producer said. Sure, why not? And you've got a little hook as well, which you can hook it in place when it's not being used. And you've also got a hanger built in, so you can hang stuff over. But if you want to hang stuff on the things, items, garments on the side, you've also got these little accoutrements, ear and ear, which allow you to put the hangers on the sides, so you can steam there and everywhere. You see, so those are in there. And a bit like a sort of a tripod, you have the ability to raise it up 3 sides. So you've got half a metre, and you don't have to follow. Obviously, it's going to... And then if you really want to give your director a heart attack, then you shoot off the set. You can shoot off the set completely if you want. No, you get the idea. And this is nice. It's aluminium. It will fly when we show this on ITV. So this is your kind of... It'll steam out the door, my director said. Oh, he's missed his calling in life. So if you watch it now and you fancy one, get it. And look, you don't need an iron. This is honestly what they use in film and TV, because irons can, well, they're inconvenient. They're heavy sometimes. They can also ruin the clothes. And why am I telling you about it when we've got Sean and Hayley to do? Oh no, sorry, no, wait a second. Before we do that, this news just in. We've got Beldre.com who are offering this to you at $79. Hang on a minute. Hold on a second. Excuse me 1 second. That's definitely not the right price comparison. They've got it for $79.99. We've got it for $59.99. We'll fix that. In the meantime, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Here are Sean and Hayley and Bev Hare to tell you more.
We've got such a great deal on this steamer, and when it comes to a steamer like this, because it's not just the handheld, it makes it so much easier.
I love it. For a start, it's easy to store because you can take it down in 3 settings. So it goes right down.
Have it lowest when you just...
lowest,
And I'd have that in the dressing room or in your bedroom or in the office, just somewhere stood ready to go.
So you can do that, so you can lock that away.
Or the utility room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you see the different heights there, so you can have storage, and then you've got 2 different heights, all depending if you're doing a long dress or whether you're doing a shorter jacket or a long jacket.
And how tall you are as well, so you're nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, also, it doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed, because this is the one that you hold the steamer on, but if you push it back and turn it round, if you're left-handed, you can do it that way round.
Oh, right, fab.
So you can turn it round with that. I've put a garment on the top of it because obviously...
A little bit creased.
A bit creased. Heat up time, 45 seconds.
Oh, my word, that's brilliant.
You've got silk, cotton and linen. So whatever, this is linen, so I'm going to put it onto linen. Your water goes into the back there. You can add water to it.
Oh, it's a nice big tank as well.
Yep, as and when you want to do that. 1.4 litres of water. Also, you can use put my teeth in, demineralised water if you want to, if you live in a hot water.
Oh, Bev, nearly 20% of this stock sold out and gone. It is a market-beating price, and honestly, you will absolutely love it. One of the best things I ever bought. And I love the fact that it has all this, because sometimes when you hang it on the hanger, which is great, and you can steam on a hanger, but then if you're trying to do the arms, you're sort of a bit like, how many hands do I need?
And you can't...
It's like your hands-free, really, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. You've also got a garment brush as well, which clips on, which I'll show you when it's not hot. You put it on before, which just clips on just to there. Because what that does, it actually opens the fibres of what you're doing, steaming.
Find it really good on a thicker jacket if it's got bits on it and things.
Or jeans and things like that, because it helps to penetrate. But also extremely good at getting rid of hair, you know, pet hair, your hair, and that's what the brush will help to do. It'll help to remove it. So literally lightweight, easy to use, and you can go into corners, round edges, wherever you want it to be, and it is just so easy to use.
Super quiet as well.
And I was saying to you before, Bev, the fact that once you've turned it on, you don't have to hold a button down.
No.
You don't have to hold it on.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Now, a tip for doing the seams on things, pop it on the inside, right, and go down the seam as you're doing it. Like that. So if you do inside out, you're actually doing the seam from inside, so it sits a lot easier. Also, if you've got to go around buttons, you can go around the edge of there, because all you're using is steam. So you're not worrying about the type of heat that's going to do the damage.
So that's why I prefer to steam, because I'm not the best diviners, and I know I'm safer with steam. Because it's so, and it just seems so kind on your materials.
Well, it is as well. And also the fact is, I just want to show you this. You've got two hooks either side, so you can use that to hang another garment.
So that
goes on there.
I like it.
If you're doing something on this part, you're airing that while it's there. Or if you want to, you can do 3 garments at once.
Brilliant.
You know,
so
you can do
your
this
whole
one.
outfit, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could do the whole outfit.
It is an amazing bit of kit. Beldray have got it for $79.99, Amazon for $79.99. We have it for $59.99. I'm really impressed with that. It takes quite a lot to impress me these days, but I have to say, that is very substantial and very well made for the money. I've seen those at a lot more. I'd say that could be used in professional environments. I think that will sell out really quickly on ITV, so I suggest you get it while you can. Right, let's go back. Speaking of ITV, we're going to be there with them very, very soon. And, you know, it's hundreds of thousands, some nights even millions of people watching. Yeah, so, you know, there are lots of people who are going to be interested in this air fryer because, as I say, I know I'm very shallow. And I have to say, aesthetically, that is incredibly pleasing.
It's a great looking piece of kit. They've really thought about everything with this as well. Most of the air fryers in this size, in fact almost all that I've ever seen before, normally on the back of the air fryer is where it has what they call like an exhaust, so it will give a little bit of hot air at the back. What I've actually done with this one is put it on the side.
It's on the side, but
so actually the warm air, there is a little bit of warm air coming out.
But it doesn't come out hot.
No,
it's not going to melt the side of your kitchen.
But actually with this they've funneled it, it goes along your kitchen counter, which is wonderful. The great thing about this is it's going to be able to do absolutely everything that your big conventional oven can do, and that's what you want to think about when it comes to air frying. Think about this as being the most incredible conventional oven that you've ever used. But then, of course, with air frying, what it's going to allow you to do is use less oil and fat, but get the most remarkable crisp and crunch. So that's why we can replace deep frying.
Do you know what I bought with mine? I didn't even know you could do this or that they were available. I've got some ramekins, little round ones that you can do beans and eggs in. And a long one you can do your veggies in. Oh. Tatties.
Amazing. So, again, brilliant for something like a Sunday roast. And the wonderful thing is, if you want to do all chips in this, of course you can. You're going to be able to do chips for maybe 6 people all at the same time in this machine. But remember, with the fact that you can separate each of the drawers, you can turn this into 4 independent cooking zones if you want to. So we can have meat or fish on top, veggies or potatoes underneath. We can cook our entire meal just in one drawer. And each one of these drawers, 4.5 litre capacity. So it's definitely the largest size when it comes to this style of air fryer.
And to be honest, I can't think of a reason why you'd want to go even bigger. Unless, I mean, you can get the absolutely mammoth ones, which you could do like a whole turkey in and things like that. But these, for the average family, and also if it's just you or you and a partner, then they're great just as is. You'll probably use this more than you'll use your regular oven, if you've even got a regular oven. If you're a big family, these can be an additional cooking area. And again, particularly, if, as I said a little bit earlier in the show, if you have different dietary requirements within the family.
Absolutely. Maybe you always love the idea of having a second oven, maybe the idea of a double oven. You don't have the space for it, you don't have the budget for it. This is giving you that extra independent cooking space, but it's actually giving you two, because remember, yes, you can program this so it's all on the same time, temperature and function, but it's zonal. So we could have, you know, we could have 160 for an hour on the top, we could be doing 220 for 15 minutes underneath. You are really going to be able to get great results because you have those, the fact you can independently program them. Remember also you've got not only the match cook on here, so you know you can really quickly program it to do the same top and bottom, and you also have the sync cook function as well. And that means that when you hit that sync cook button, it will always have both drawers ready together at the same time. So forgetting to put something in, forgetting to get something started is a thing of the past. It means perfectly prepared meals prepared together at the same time. And I would say for a lot of people when they can't cook, the thing they struggle with the most is timings, getting everything ready together at the same time. That sync button is going to really help you to do that because it's going to ensure everything is ready together at the same time, no matter the time, the temperature or the function that you're using.
I love it, I really do. You know, I know literally so many person who actually ended up using this, because I'm talking about me, who actually ended up using this exclusively and not even cranking the oven on anymore.
And the thing with that is, you know, I think a lot of people bought an air fryer, especially, you know, the smaller ones, because they maybe needed a little bit of extra space. But what people quickly realise is that you're able to get better results more quickly, using less effort, maybe using less energy as well. Remember, this does use significantly less energy than a conventional oven, which is brilliant. It's going to take up less space. It's going to save you time, not only in the fact that things are going to cook more quickly, but you're never going to preheat this. So anything that has a 15-minute or less cook time, you're going to be eating in here whilst you're still waiting for that big oven to get hot.
This, I mean, honestly, I do occasionally veer off of my healthy eating, you know, just but through choice rather than sort of, I feel necessity, because with an air fryer it really helps because like, I work weird hours, you know, I get home 4 o'clock in the morning and I cook dinner. And you know, if I didn't have an air fryer, that's when it'd be like, oh, I haven't got anything and I can't be bothered to cook. You call the takeaway. It takes 3/4 of an hour to get there. When it arrives, it's cold and soggy. In that time, I've done a juicy steak or whatever it happens to be in my air fryer, and I'm sitting down, chowing down, watching Dragon's Den.
Absolutely.
Or ITV shows. And, you know, it tastes so much better.
Absolutely. And the great thing about this is, as well, if you've maybe got an air fryer at the moment and it's difficult to clean, maybe the non-stick's starting to come off there, dishwasher-safe accessories on this one as well. So once you're done with it, into the dishwasher, you're going to wash it up by hand. You've got great quality non-stick all the way through. And remember, a 3-year guarantee on this when you register it, which is pretty much unheard
it's free
of
to
when
register,
it comes to electricals.
Yeah, I know. And you can do that online. It is just brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. But it's only going to work if you buy it. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's there for you to enjoy if you want it. Why don't you check out your baskets and get it? And stand by, because ITV and STV coming up right after this. Welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Logg, with an E, and the wonderful Joe Rembrandt, celebrity chef. He's cooked many celebrities, this man. 4 many celebrities, this man. How are you, sir?
I'm really good, thanks. Really great to be back with you.
And I'm really glad that you have brought one of the biggest names since, what, 1760?
1760?
In kitchen gadgets.
Absolutely. Salt's been around since 1760, a real household name, bringing us the kind of product that everyone wants, but the new improved version. Of course, a 9-litre air fryer, 2 separate 4.5-litre baskets, going to save you up to 40% on counter space. could as well use significantly less energy, up to 58% less energy than a conventional oven, but is going to deliver, is going to give you the results. Incredible, crispy, crunchy roast potatoes that you're going to be preparing alongside the most beautifully bronzed but gorgeous, succulent roast chicken as well at the same time. We've got so much great food coming up in this next couple of hours.
Wonderful. By the way, this is Naomi and this is Kate.
Oh.
Yeah, because I have to say they are the supermodel or supermodels of air fryers. They really look beautiful. This wonderful matte black with the gold accents on the handles, just fantastic. We're going to cook loads of well, I suppose we are going to cook loads of foods and food in these, so stay tuned. But before we do that, let me just tell you what's coming up throughout the week here at Shop on TV. We've got a busy one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're around the house, or the home, with Deu. That's tomorrow night with Sean and Hayley. And I'm really excited to tell you that Monday night into Tuesday morning, Damart are going to be here to launch their very first show here at Shop on TV. More about that in a moment. Tuesday to Wednesday, the other one, Blue Magic Cleaning Solutions returning. That all-purpose cleaner that's good for cleaning, well, just about everything. That's honestly amazing stuff. Tune in Tuesday night into Wednesday to see that. Then Wednesday to Thursday, if you want to turn your gold or silver or platinum into money, then you can for free with Post Gold for Cash. And then I'll see you Thursday night back into Friday morning with Mulberry Silk Luxury Bedding. Now, we mentioned that for the very first time here at Shop on TV, we have the debut of Damart.
Discover comfort, style and everyday confidence with Damart. From smart layers to wardrobe favourites, designed for real life. Join us for a special live event, shopping direct with Damart, and enjoy exclusive show offers. Monday night on ITV1 and STV.
You're watching Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with me. Hello, welcome. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a wonderful opportunity to get a really good bit of kit for your kitchen. Vertical air fryers have become all the rage. Why? Because before they were around, before they were invented, the air fryer went that way, not that way. So they would take up a huge amount of counter space. Now, with the footprint of a single air fryer, you actually have a double air fryer. One of the things that put a lot of people off buying double air fryers was their girth. Now that is a thing of the past. Not only that, this is large capacity. This would be considered an XL because it's 4.5 litres per compartment, but you also get additional trivets, you can see those there, which means you can actually bisect each compartment and cook 2 different types of food in each drawer. This comes with a 3-year guarantee. You can just register it for free with Salter. And it's the name of Salter in this beautiful matte black and with this absolutely superb, very clear, very easy to read, very easy to operate LCD display. It's, I think, superlative in every way. It looks really good in your kitchen with these lovely gold accents. It does the job very, very well. It goes up to 230 degrees. I don't even think my oven does that. Plus, there's no preheat time, so you put food in and you're cooking straight away. You can cook the same foods in both drawers at the same time and the same temperature, or you can sync cook and have different times, different temperatures in each drawer, and they will finish cooking at the same time. So if you're doing a whole meal in here, this is the way to go. The price is superb. We've got it for $114.99. There's not a lot of wiggle room in electrical items, I have to say. And if you were to go to Amazon, if you were to go to Salter themselves, you'd be paying £129. We've got it at $114.99. You can shop online, but also you can call us 033 241 241. And remember, you can go to shopontv.co.uk. Have a little look at, this is our live show menu. And you can see there's lots and lots for you to enjoy, lots and lots for you to take advantage of, including, by the way, back in stock from the other day, the Beldray Upright 1.4 litre garment steamer at just $59.99. I honestly thought that should have had a 1 in front of it. That is such a good bit of kit, it really is. Loads of other great items for you from Salter. and we've got salt and pepper shakers. And by the way, if you're getting into air frying, we've even got these wonderful hot air frying books, hot air frying and more. And then Air Fryer Made Easy. They're all by Paul Brodell, celebrity chef Paul Brodell, one of our other on-TV chefs who comes here from time to time to cook up a storm. But tonight it's the turn of Joe Remblance, ladies and gentlemen. And Joe and I have worked together for many a year. What this man can't whip up in the kitchen.
10 years, I reckon, maybe.
Is it 10?
surely?
Maybe. Must be
Gotta
something
be
like
around
that.
about there, hasn't it? It really, really has.
Tell us all about, oh, lovely. Look at these pastries.
Oh, absolutely incredible, aren't they? So in here, what I've done, I mean, a lot of people talk about, can we bake in an air fryer? Absolutely,
Yes.
you can, and you can bake beautifully. So these were just some frozen shop-bought croissants and mini pastries that I've done in here. And you can see, so some beautiful little custard danishes in here. We've got some cinnamon swirls and some maple and pecan plats in there as well. But what I love about air frying and what you're going to love is the fact that you're getting that all over, crisping and
those
browning.
were raw, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah, uncooked
Absolutely.
anyway.
Beautiful, crispy, flaky pastry as well. So, yes, air frying, amazing, tick. Of course, if you want to air fry in here, great if you're roasting, baking, grilling. Air frying really does it all. I think there's a reason why people have become so evangelical about air frying. And lots of people say that it, it has transformed their relationship with the kitchen. It transforms the way they cook.
My oven is now just an ornament stuck under a counter in my kitchen.
Absolutely.
You know, I use my air fryer. In fact, I bought several different types of air fryer. I've got the, the standard one like this, but I've also got an air grill, because it cooks so quickly, it cooks so thoroughly. It actually cooks better, I think, than the big oven. Because first of all, you've got this big cabinet. Can I just look over here, right? I don't know if we can get a shot of this, but so here's the regular oven. Now, if you were doing those pastries, they'd sit here, right? And then you've got all that space around the outside that A, you have to heat up, and B, so that's electricity, and time, so you've got to wait. And B, apart from being wasted space, I think the amount of hot air that's sort of in that cabinet to do something small like this dries the food out sometimes, whereas I find food done in an air fryer is so succulent.
It really is, and it's that increased airflow. So when we cook in an air fryer, we're cooking with superheated air, and then what that does is it gives us that crisp and that crunch, but it locks in that moisture and that succulency. I just want to quickly give you a really super quick tour around the controls, because you've got a really wonderful flat screen, touchscreen control. And that's great because it's super hygienic, because it's touchscreen, which is wonderful. So all I'm going to do is turn this on. Now
you can actually see it. Most of the air fryers, you need X-ray vision to be able to see the blooming display.
Really clear and easy. So number 1 is your top drawer. Number 2 is your bottom drawer. So all I'm going to do is select number 1. We're going to do some baking. So I'm going to hit the baking button. It's going to suggest 160, and it's also going to suggest some time for me. It'll tell me in a second. I'm just going to adjust that down. It's obviously, if I was doing conventional baking, we'd go with the 25 minutes. We're going to do some cookies in here, so I'm going to put that on to 12 minutes. Now, you actually have preset functions as well, so things like chicken, steak, fish, vegetables, fries, all done in there.
So you can set it and forget it, or you can do it manually, and you'd follow the same instructions you would, or the cooking instructions for a fan-assisted oven, essentially.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely, absolutely you would.
Although a lot of packets now have
here,
air fry.
what you've got is you've got the match button, so we hit that, it programs the same time and temperature on both. You also have a sync button down there as well, and what that means is, no matter how you program these, as long as you hit that sync button before you press start, it will make sure both compartments are ready at the same time,
so if you've got one thing that's cooking for an hour and one thing that's cooking for 15 minutes, the thing cooking for 15 minutes, it puts it on hold for 45 minutes.
Absolutely.
And starts it for the last 15 minutes, and they end up, coming out all ready to eat at the same time.
Absolutely.
So you can do whole meals in this. This is what I love about it.
Yeah, you really, really can. I love a roast chicken in an air fryer, because what we've got is the most incredible crispy skin on here. But what you'll see when I carve into that in a moment, really beautifully succulent and tender on the inside as well. Yeah, that's yours.
Lovely.
And the other great thing is, I think, especially with something like roast meats, maybe people think that they need to be a good cook in order to do a roast chicken. With this, breast side down, 30 minutes, flip it over, another 30 minutes, and that is it, you're done. No basting.
You can't foul it up.
No, you can't.
I messed up a joint, though. I called my mum, Mummy, how did you do a Sunday roast? I bought a tin for it and everything, and I completely messed it up. It was awful. I threw it away, and I've got a big one as well. Total waste about 20 quid.
But look at how beautifully crisp these are. These take about 40 minutes in here.
Yeah.
I didn't parboil them. We just mixed them with a few herbs, a little bit of oil.
Yeah.
That's what you got. We've got a little stuffing log in there as well.
What that is?
So let's pop that down on the front of there. But again, the great thing is, if you're doing a roast in here, what you've got is enough.
The dog had left a treat.
What you've got in here is enough to do 4 portions easily when it comes to a roast. So that's our roasties, our stuffing, our chicken done all in the one machine. The other great thing is here, when you're done with this, dishwasher safe accessories on this particular machine as well, which is brilliant.
Remember also, has this got stuff cooking in it? I can't tell.
It has.
Well, next time we open the compartment, you will see that there is no transfer between the top compartment and the bottom compartment. They are completely separate. Can I have that leg and thigh, please?
Absolutely. But look at how, can you see? I want you to get in there and have a look at how tender and how succulent this is. I mean, it is fantastic results every single time is what you're going to get. So yes, beautiful. Can you see how much moisture and succulence is still
it really does lock in
there?
the moisture, the air frying, doesn't it?
It really is.
It doesn't come out my oven like
beautifully
that.
cooked.
It comes out my air fryer.
And the breast, of course, is the bit that is normally dry. Look at the tenderness, the succulence that you've got in there. And this is what you'll expect when you air fry. What you expect is to get this amazing crisp and colour and caramelisation on the outside. But then, on the inside, you can see you've got that incredible succulency as well. Let me turn that around so that looks a little bit more presentable.
I've got to do this to test the TV.
You have a little bit of that.
You know, it's
I
don't want to, but somebody's got
on the back of there as well, which is beautifully cooked. But again, really easy. A whole thing... the whole thing cooked in under an hour, which is great, without any preheating time whatsoever.
That's breast. No dry breasts. Succulent, beautiful, tasty breast. Oh, it's gorgeous. I found that with air frying, the breast will often be as succulent as the dark meat
absolutely.
in a conventional, compared to a conventional oven. It's taken over a year to get this on the air. We've gone all out. We pulled out all the stops. This is one of the best companies when it comes to kitchen gadgets. One of the most famous. They've been around for hundreds of years, literally since 1760, when they started with, we believe, what do you call it, a scale. It was kitchen scales. Salter used to make the kitchen scales, didn't they? So you've got pedigree, you've got heritage, and that's know-how. That's years of knowing what works, what doesn't work, how to take care of the customer, you. And now we have them on our airwaves. So do check out. It's absolutely flying out the door. We knew it was going to. $114.99. You can spread the cost also interest-free if you want to. You're right there, Joe. With PayPal Pay in 3. Either check out, the PayPal you can only do online, but if you want to call us and use your debit or credit card, you can. Remember, we're here to serve and we're here to service. And ladies and gentlemen, if it's in your basket, check it out. All you've got to do, go to shopontv.co.uk. Once you've added one to your basket, make sure you scroll back up and hit your basket and then check out securely. You can check out as a guest as well, by the way, if you don't want to set up a free account with Shop on TV. You dunny have to. But I've just sprayed chicken all over the floor. Sorry. Sorry, Izzy. There's chicken on the floor. I thought it was going to... You didn't see it. I thought it was going to fall, and I went to try and grab it with a fork and then threw a load of chicken on the floor. Anyway,
I just want to quickly, if I may, show you this. So we've gone from doing a sort of real big, occasional meal in here, so the Sunday roast. But a lot of people say the reason they don't eat well or cook from scratch or eat healthy is maybe they don't have time to do that. I want to tell you that's a fallacy when you've got this machine. So what I'm going to do here is some veggies. All we've done, mix some veggies, tiny little bit of oil and some herbs. They're going to go into this one just here. And then all I'm going to do is take a lovely couple of salmon fillets and we're going to pop those salmon fillets in there. Now, I've put them on a little bit of parchment paper. You can use parchment, you can use foil in here if you want to as well.
Just don't block the vent at the back.
Yeah, the vent is at the back, you don't want to block that, but it's really important. So in the top one, we're going to put our salmon, about 12 minutes for the salmon, and then our veg in the bottom, about 15 minutes for the veg. So I want to quickly show you how to program this. So we're going to go here, we're going to go to our fish function. Our fish function, say 180 for 10 minutes. Yep. I'm going to pop that on there. Then we're going to go into our veg. Our veg is going to say 160 for... We're going to put that on for about 16 minutes there. So we've got 12 minutes at 180, and we've got 16 minutes here as well. What I'm going to do now is hit that sync cook button there.
Yep.
As soon as I've hit that, I'm going to press start, and what you'll see is it's put the top one on hold and it's started cooking the second one. So really, you saw that took seconds to do.
Yeah.
Chop up a
That's
load
it.
of,
That's all you
chop
gotta
up
do.
some veg, which is in the bottom of your fridge.
Yeah.
Couple of salmon fillets in there, tiny little bit of oil on the veg, no oil on the fish whatsoever. And what we will have is perfectly grilled salmon in the top, delicious succulent vegetables
What you could
underneath.
have done, because, and tell us about this, because I've seen these double stacking air fryers that have got the trivets that sort of bisect the drawers, so you can do a food on the top. You can essentially 4 foods across the 2 drawers. These trivets are so well made. The others all seem to be like an afterthought. But this is actually, it's the first oven I've seen that's actually got a function specifically to tell the machine you're using one of these or these, and so it evens out the cooking.
Yeah.
None of the others that I've seen do that.
And the great thing about this is it tells you how to double stack these as well. So what you would do, potatoes or vegetables underneath, protein on the top, whether that's, you know, beef, chicken, fish, whatever it is you want to do. You can actually do a complete meal for 2 people in one drawer using that divider, being able to stack that up.
Yeah. So you could have done the salmon on top and the veggies underneath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or if you're doing a steak, all the lovely steak juices dripping down on the veggies.
Asparagus or whatever it is underneath. Can we do-si-do if you don't mind? Because what I want to show you is over here, what I've got in here is the thing that we sort of all originally bought air fryers first in the first place for.
Chips.
And that is incredible chips, because they are so easy to do in here. They are so delicious, and they really are a fraction of the amount of oil and fat and calories that they would be if you were to deep fry them, because deep fried chips, they soak up around 25 to 30% fat. These ones here, 3 to 5% fat was what we're talking about. So actually chips that are low fat, are super delicious, are really crispy. Taste, in my opinion, as good as deep fried.
Yeah.
Also, let's think about deep frying for a moment too, because, you know, deep frying is smelly. It is not the safest thing, especially if you're using something like a chip pan.
Well, it used to be the leading cause of fires when people used to use chip pans, wasn't it?
Absolutely, it did.
It was either you ended up with lovely chips or the house burned down.
Yeah, not the best, really, let's face it. And the great thing is about this, that when you're making chips in here, just regular potatoes is all I've done. I've just chipped these, I've left the skin on, and then all I'm going to do, it's really simple, is I'm just going to put a little bit of... I'm using cold-pressed rapeseed oil. You can use any oil that you want, about a tablespoon you want in there, and that will get you around about 4 to 6 portions, and it really is as simple and easy as that. You can actually buy the fresh potatoes pre-chips now in the supermarket as well. I think they must be designed just for air frying, so if you want to do that, absolutely you can do so. But it really is very simple and straightforward. And then all I'm going to do is just going to divide that between the 2 drawers that I've got.
So you can do a big batch if you're having a kid's birthday party or something. But also if you've got loads of stuff in your freezer, you can cook from frozen. So little mini pizzas, vol au vents, things like your sausage rolls and Scotch eggs and all that kind of that party stuff. You can have a bunch of that in the freezer. And, if you get home late one night, maybe the traffic's been terrible, you're like, oh, God, can't be bothered to cook, or I don't want to pay the extortionate prices for takeaway. You can just grab something out of the freezer. You can, if you're a shift worker...
A what?
Like a shift worker,
sorry.
like me, you can batch cook. So you can either freeze or refrigerate, come home. And, this is an oven. So... you can use dishes, you can use ramekins, you can use bakeware. If it fits, it works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does indeed. And also any sort of, I'll show you later, I've got like a shepherd's pie and a fish pie to do later as well.
Yeah.
Any of those sort of pre-packaged foods that you buy from the supermarket,
Have you got any sweetie
they can be... No. Any of those sort of pre-packaged foods that you buy from the supermarket, you can do them in here. What I would always say is when you're amending foods that you've bought, let's say if the packaging says 190 for 20 minutes, I'd probably do it in here at about 170.
Well,
because the
fan-assisted oven rules,
yeah, absolutely, because
yeah.
the type of heat energy that an air fryer produces will crisp and brown more quickly. So that's why we cook at a little bit of a lower temperature.
So inside, here's the science. Inside, you have the fan. Look, it literally is a fan-assisted oven. It is creating a vortex of superheated dry air, which is basically what is creating the heat to cook the food. So if you're frying, you heat up the oil transfers the heat into the food.
Yes.
So that's why they call this air frying. But the difference is instead of using oil, and especially, when you fry, the temperature of the oil can drop, and then that means it starts to soak into the food, 20-30% oil into the food. That's what you don't want. But when it's air, it's doing the same thing, but of course their air is it's calorie-free, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Calorie-free, and we're using superheated air to give us that crisp and crunch, where we would ordinarily be using superheated oil to achieve the same results. So that makes it safer, it makes it more hygienic, it makes it smell better, which is wonderful.
You can get for mine, I didn't even think of this, but I bought the market leader. It was £299. But you can buy these little round dishes if you want to do eggs or beans or peas or something like that. And you can get long ones that you can do veggies in.
Yeah.
You can stick them all in here. You can bake bread in here. You can do cakes.
Eggs in a ramekin, or as the French call it, ous en cocotte.
Ous en cocotte.
Means eggs in a basket, apparently, in French.
Eggs in a basket.
Yeah.
Well, I would put all your eggs in a basket when it comes to this air fryer, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really, really good machine from Salter. It's got features I've not seen on these air fryers before, and at £129 if you go to Salter or to Amazon, we've shaved off £15 for you, and I think that makes us market beating. So this is the time, this is the place to get it right now. Joe, oh look, he was waiting for it to end.
They are done. Let me bring these over here, because what we've done is we have baked some fresh chocolate chip cookies in here, which are incredible.
I love that. But you go buy the cookie dough.
I'm just going to let it cool a little bit. So the thing is with biscuits and cookies, if you bake them at home, biscuits don't firm up until they cool down.
No,
so if you're waiting for them to go firm,
moist.
you can. Well, I mean, you can get your fork in there if you want to. It's completely up to you.
I'm not going to eat a cookie. I'm going to be a good boy.
Yeah, really lovely, delicious homemade cookies in here. Wonderful for baking, great for air frying, roasting, grilling, replacing shallow frying even, with lots of different things in here as well. There is so many things that you can do with your air fryer. Another one I want to show you quickly as well is that, you know, air frying is not just for dinner time. You can use air frying all the way through.
You can do a whole breakfast in this machine.
Absolutely, you can. So what we're going to do in here is I've got a few sausages going in there. I've got a nice big beef tomato. I've got some black pudding in there as well.
Do you know what they call it in America?
there. What do they call it?
Blood sausage.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit sinister, doesn't it?
Because it's a sausage, it's made out of blood.
Yeah. In that goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oil just on the tomato and the mushroom. Oh, yes, please.
This one's your liking, sir?
You can use an oil spray. Do you know what? I feel like I've got an oil spray somewhere, but I don't have it to hand. I'll find that. But all I'm going to do is just put a tiny little bit over the tomato and the mushroom, because obviously there's no fat at all in the tomato and the mushroom.
So this is really for browning and a little bit of flavour, isn't it? It's not.
And then what we're going to do is, when I'm doing bacon in there, I tend to go for the thick cut bacon. I think it works a lot better than the sort of thin rashers.
Really good. Gammon comes out really well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bacon in that side. So really there, I'm just going to give my hands a wash. Really there, that is an entire English breakfast. Get some baked beans in the microwave. You could even put a ramekin of baked beans into here
and an egg if you wanted a fried egg as well.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is, this side's going to cook for 20 minutes on about 180. I'm going to do this side for 10 minutes on about 200. Now the great thing is, I'm just going to program that all at the same time. So that means in 15 minutes.
Can't do that with a regular oven, because that's the you have to try and time everything out with a regular oven, don't you? Because you cook one thing, and then you've got to cook the next thing, or you've got to sort of time it and then open the oven and put the thing that cooks for less time, and if the temperatures aren't right, you've got to adjust the temperature. It's always a compromise,
Absolutely,
isn't it? Whereas here it's precision cooking, best results all the time.
And if this was food that was imperative I turned it over, like a steak, for instance, what I would then be able to do is I've got that turn reminder on there as well, so I can turn that on. I'm just going to program. I'm just going to program this independently. So you can use the preset functions that are on here for things like chicken and steak and fish and all of that. But I'm just going to do it independently. So we're going to go top drawer. We're going to go 180, and we're going to go, let's go 18 minutes there. Drawer number 2, we're going to go 200 for, let's go, I reckon 10 minutes is going to be enough. But then what I'm going to do is hit the sync button and then the start button. And that means now I'm done. I don't need to worry about anything else whatsoever now. That machine will turn the second drawer on when it's needed, and the whole thing will be done together at the same time. If I was doing that conventionally, maybe I'd have the grill on the go, a couple of pans on the go. I'd be standing over it, having to tend to it all the time. Also, the oil would splash and spit everywhere. There's loads of cleaning. Remember, with this, when you're done with this, both drawers straight into the dishwasher. It really is not only easy and simple to get great results, but really easy to clean up afterwards as well.
I love that. And it's so much less mess. But also, as you said, first of all, there's no preheat time with this. So the minute you put the food in and you hit start, it starts cooking. No 15, 20 minutes to wait for your oven to heat up. And also, if you do have to keep opening the door and putting other things in or taking other things out of your big conventional oven, then that's going to, you know what it's like, you open the door and all the heat gets out, and then you've got to wait for it to get up to temperature again. And it's just how many times have you just not quite got it right? It's not with a regular oven, it's not quite cooked enough, or it's cooked a little bit too much. And you go from one state of affairs to the other because you put it in for a little bit longer and you don't quite get it right. With this, if you do open the drawer and it's not quite right, you can shut it and stick it on for another minute or so, and it cooks incrementally. So you'll get to know your air fryer intimately, and you'll know exactly all the things you like to cook in it, how long they take, and it's like clockwork. I use my air fryer almost every single day. If I'm not using my saute pan, I'm using my air fryer. I did a ribeye steak tonight, thick cut, 14-pound job from the local supermarket, and honestly, 18 minutes, turn it halfway, but I've got the market leader air fryer, right? And it doesn't have a reminder to turn halfway. So the times I get distracted by somebody calls me or I'm on my phone or whatever, and I'm like, oh, blimey, I've missed the halfway mark. And then I end up with one side that's cooked a bit more than the other side. This, you can set a reminder so you know when to flip it. Or shake the basket if you're doing chips and things, just to get that even cooking. Certainly when you do steaks, and I've done rack of lamb, I've done Sunday roast, I've done steaks, I've done chicken, I've done everything you can imagine, because I'm a bit of a meatosaurus, me. But also veggies. I mean, honestly, and if you are vegetarian, nut roast, the sorts of things, they don't have to have meat. And the great thing is, if you're a vegetarian and your partner or someone in your family, whoever, if there are two of you, the other person isn't, it doesn't matter. There is no gap between the two trays. The bit in the middle is absolutely solid, so there's no transfer of flavour, there's no transfer of ingredients, there's no transfer of odours. So you could do a vegan dinner in one compartment and you could do a full-on carnivore meal in the other. So it's great for families. It's either as an additional cooking receptacle or implement. Maybe if you do use your big oven, you've got a big family, but you run out of space, this is the way that not only can you cook an additional food, but actually up to 4 additional foods alongside your regular oven. If you're on your own, if you're just with a partner, then you might probably will find, as I did, that this will replace your oven. You'll use this more than you use your regular oven. Great if you have a caravan, a camper van, an RV, a boat actually as well, if you happen to have a boat. Or if maybe students have gone off to student accommodation, or if maybe you live in an HMO, you've got a single room. This is what I'm the crew house in Warrington. It's an HMO. My room has an air fryer in it. Don't have an oven at all. Never needed one. Never thought, oh, I wish I had an oven. I can do it all in this. This looks great. It's got functionality that I've not seen on other air fryers, particularly when it comes to the 4 different types of cooking at the same time. This actually has a feature that tells the machine, yeah, I'm cooking 4 different types of food, and it adjusts whatever it does, its magic accordingly, so it cooks them well. And it looks great. It's really slick. It's got that wonderful touchscreen LCD panel, which is clear. It's easy to read. Maybe if you haven't got the best eyesight or you've got fumbly fingers and things like that, this is the one for you. But remember, more than anything else, you get a double air fryer with the footprint of a single air fryer, saving you 40% of countertop space. So you get all the benefits that perhaps you didn't have before because you didn't want, maybe you haven't got a lot of counter space. I don't have a lot of counter space in my kitchen at home. And it doesn't matter anymore because you're going to have kitchen space, counter space available and still get the benefits of a double air fryer. Make sure you check out the website, shopontv.co.uk. We always knew this was going to be popular. At that price of $114.99, you know, when you start looking at there's a particular company, like a really big name in air fryers, and you know that those machines are £250, £300, depending on the size. I know, because I've bought them. And believe you me, they don't do any better job than this does. And in fact, actually, I'd even argue that this potentially does a better job. It's got some extra functionality that other company doesn't have. And by the way, they've got a similar sort of vertical air fryer, a lot more money, still got the LCD screen. And I mean, why spend essentially double for the same functions? You've got, I think, better style with this as well. It looks great in the kitchen. It's just fabulous, honestly. From Salter, the VertiCook ultra stackable air fryer, 9 litres, digital 2 4.5 litre baskets. Brilliant. Please check out your baskets. If you don't check out, then you're going to miss out. You can't use an oven that's sitting in a basket. You can only use it when it's sitting on your countertop. Joe, in summary?
Absolutely. An amazing piece of kit. Whether you are using this to cook, you know, really quick, healthy, delicious meals, whether you are using it to prepare... Oh, hello. Whether you are using it to prepare, you know, full meals or little bits and bobs, whether you are preheating this machine, or reheating, actually, this machine will do absolutely everything. And, you know, we talked about you not having enough time to prepare a meal. Look at that. This salmon as well in here, let me just show you.
Flaky goodness.
Beautifully, deliciously succulent. Still a tiny little bit of pink on the inside of there as well. I mean, that is a perfect result. That whole thing actually took 14 minutes.
I used to be scared of cooking salmon. I didn't know how to do it properly. If you're afraid of cooking things because you don't know how to do it right, I don't think you can get it wrong in here. I really don't.
It's really difficult to, because it's just time and temperature. You're able to preset and pre-program the different baskets. You then hit the sync button, so it's all done together at the same time. And within, what, 14 minutes that was. A delicious, healthy meal.
You eat with your eyes,
a little bit of couscous maybe on there as well. That's a super healthy, balanced meal. At the same time, you can do pastries and cookies if you want to, though.
You can be a saint or you can be a sinner.
When I'm good, but when I'm bad, I'm better.
Ah, very good, very good. It is amazing stuff. Thank you, as always, Joe. You know, he cooks up a storm when he comes here. What I love is it's great for all the family. If you've got someone who's on a super health kick or a specific type of diet, you know, I do keto and carnivore. And I tell you what, this was an absolute godsend for me. So check out, get yours now, but do stay tuned. Lots more to see here at Shop on TV.
There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with Shop on TV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, shopontv.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with Shop on TV.
I've just been having a go on that salmon.
Oh, delicious, isn't it? And so quick and easy to do.
Good for you as well.
Would you just give my fryers a shake for me, kind sir?
Which
straw are
they in?
Both
baskets?
Yeah, just give it a little bit of a shake for me and pop them back in. That'd be very kind.
Shake, shake, shake. It's getting busy, folks. Honestly, look.
You're giving him a little toss as well as a shake.
I'm trying to give him a toss. Oh, I managed to toss 2 of them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know me and you trust me, believe me, if I didn't already have an air fryer, I'd be getting this one, absolutely. No question about it. It's great. It's really, really... And I look at these trivets. They're proper trivets. Made out of that proper stainless steel like you get in your grill pan. Some of the other ones, some of the other machines I've seen, they're really flimsy and they're like, oh, let's stick them in, and then, you know, as an afterthought almost.
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet potato fries.
And again, what this really highlights here is the benefit of having those 2 separate drawers, because what we're going to do is 2 different things here. So this is now, this air fryer, because we've got that vertical stacking air fryer, this is about achieving entire meals together in the one machine, which is wonderful. So sweet potato fries, these are just some pre-packaged sweet potato fries. You can make these from scratch if you want to. These are going to take about 17 minutes. Our burgers are going to take about 14, 15 minutes. You could use oven chips
in here if you wanted to as well,
presumably.
Or you can chip your own potatoes if you
Indeed you can. So in they go. We're going to turn the machine on. Now remember, we've got that sync cook function, which is quite difficult to say quickly.
Sync cook function. Or we've got the super match. What is it? The
super match game.
Super match game. Super match game.
What is that from?
Blankety blank.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Which they call match game.
in America.
the States.
In America,
yeah.
they do. That's right. Yeah.
I
Alec
once
Baldwin hosted it for a while.
made
He
quite a
was
serious faux pas talking about the match game. But anyway, let's move on. I'm not going to repeat the faux pas.
Fine.
I'm going to turn the machine on, and then what we're going to do is we're going to program this up. So remember, burgers in the top one. So let's press side number 1. 200 degrees is about what we want. We want those for 15 minutes. Perfect. Side number 2, we want to do 180 for 20 minutes.
180, that's
and then
bullseye.
we're going to hit the sync button. So we hit sync, we hit start, and that's it. I'm done. I'm going for a sit down. That's dinner. That's me preparing
thank you for
dinner,
watching.
taken care of. When the burgers are finished, I've got some really lovely peppered cheddar cheese, and what we'll do is we'll take the drawer out when the burger's finished, then you put the cheese on when it's finished cooking, just leave it in there for a minute or so. That'll melt the cheese. I've got some brioche baps somewhere as well.
Some
so we're
brioche
going to do
baps.
burger and chips, all done in the one machine in what, 18 minutes, 20 minutes from start to end, which is incredible.
Can I just talk a little bit about if you're embarking on healthy eating, genuinely, one of the ways, no, I've still got a way to go, I've got about 5 stone to go, but I got 4 off because I got really heavy. And what has helped me stay on the wagon is, and you know, every now and then I'll have something, I'll have, you know, a chocolate bar or something like that. But I'm always keen to get back to my healthy eating because I made sure, unlike before, that instead of feeling deprived, because I can't have this, I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't have something around the corner, make the food you can have taste really good. I used to wish for years that somebody would teach me how to make a vegetable taste good. Now I know. So if I get home late after a shift, and I'm getting back at 4 in the morning, I'm cooking dinner, by the time I've sat down, cooked dinner and watching a bit of TV, it's almost 6 o'clock before I go to bed. So if I get home and I've got nothing in the fridge, or I've got to prepare and cook a big meal, I can't be bothered with that. That's when you call the takeaway, when I would call the takeaway. We wait 45 minutes if the rider can find the door, and then it's soggy, it's cold, and it's like, why did I do that? And it's instant regret. With an air fryer, you can make your food easily taste really good by fresh, wholesome, decent, great ingredients, and you can cook healthy food in less time than it takes for the delivery driver to even get to the shop. Or you can go completely the other way. Do your cakes. You can bake in this. You can do any kind of food, whether you're a saint or a sinner. It's up to you. Oh, and Crisp. We've got somebody called Crisp.
Oh, nice.
Let me hold it like that. Who said, what's the benefit of being stacked vertically? Well, it saves space.
It does. Actually, this is going to take up around 40% less space than a side-by-side 8-litre dual air fryer.
Yeah.
This is 9 litres, 4.5 on each one of these baskets, but because they're stacked vertically, up to 40% less space.
Yeah.
The other thing is as well, because of the height of this is really nice, it's going to go under most over-counter worktops.
Yeah, even in a caravan.
Also, even if your worktop is snug on here, the vent is on the side with this one as well. So it is designed
and it doesn't
to go.
come out scorchy hot.
No, it's designed to go into tight workspaces. So again, what you're going to be able to do is get the most amount of cooking space in the smallest amount of area. I've got a beans cup coffee machine at home, quite compact. This is smaller than my coffee machine. So you are going to use this out. You're going to leave this out on the work surface, and that means you're going to use it all the time.
Sorry, Joe, I've got to interrupt. It's absolutely flying out. I don't know what percentage of the stock we've gone at the moment. We brought in quite a lot of these, but it is, look, we knew it was going to be popular. It's Salter. It's a name you can trust. And if my opinion means anything to you, I can promise you will be very happy with this machine. And look, I don't buy rubbish. I don't settle for the best. I'm the one that I buy the most expensive one because I think that means that it's good quality. But it's not always the case, particularly with Shop on TV. About 10% of the stock has already gone. It was a massive stock, obviously, for a launch stock that we bought in. We are super busy, and all I can recommend you do is check out as soon as you know you want it. I'm certain, not just confident, but certain that you'll find it easy to use, you'll get great results. And if you haven't got an air fryer yet, and you've been looking at them, I spent on my big air fryer, my double-sided one that is side-by-side, it's huge, XL one, 350 quid I think it was. I've got the air grill version from the same company, that was 250 quid on sale. You know, they're all convenient for the big names. Well, not Salter is a big name. For the other big names, they're, you know, convenient to 250, 300, 350 quid. At 114.99, I personally believe, even at full price at 159.99, you're getting a massive amount of air fryer for your money. Salter have got it currently right now at £129, so have Amazon. But we have that well, as far as we know, market-beating price of £114.99, but you've got to check out. If you don't check out, it doesn't lock in the price. It doesn't save you when the price goes up. It also doesn't save you if it's in your basket. If somebody wants to buy it and we haven't got enough stock, then yours is going to be sold to the person with money available. So, as with always, you have to buy it before you can get it. So, I think it's Sade, or Sade, or Sade. Probably Sade. Can I do a big turkey in the Salter air fryer?
Yeah, I would say probably not like a whole turkey, but certainly if you wanted to do a turkey breast roasting joint, a sort of small medium turkey crown, absolutely.
Yeah. What size was the chicken you did?
It was a medium chicken. I can do a large chicken in here. What you've got to think is got to fit into here. The max fill line on here as well, you'll see it's just on the inside there. There's an indentation. It's embossed onto the side of the unit. So you don't want anything coming sort of higher than about that. So take the trivet out. By taking the trivet out, it will give you extra space in there as well.
And it's fun to do, like you said, to do chickens with the trivet out because you're going to flip them anyway. So it's not like when you do it in a roasting tin and you get a soggy, the bit it sits on, a soggy belly.
No, absolutely not.
Most of it, we throw that away, don't we? With an air fryer, you can eat all of the chicken.
We do indeed.
The bones.
And the great thing about this, remember that you've got that trivet in the base of the drawer, and what that means is it's circulating the hot air all around your food. So you're getting this 360 overall crisping and browning on here, which is brilliant. Another great thing about air frying this particular machine is what I love, you're never in any doubt as to how your meal's getting on, no matter where you are in the kitchen. So with this one over here, at a glance, I know there's 1 minute and 10 seconds left on there. So I'm not having to come up to the oven, open it up, cut into things, have a little check. It's really clear and concise.
Trust the process.
Absolutely, trust the process indeed. I want to quickly grab some chippies out of there. I think our chippies are done.
Do you want a do-si-do?
In this one just here. They are,
so we're like this, Jeff. So we're like on the
well, I was thinking more sort of line dancing. I don't know why.
Oh, well, that's in a line usually.
Yeah. My housemate goes line dancing on a Tuesday. She's been trying to convince me to go.
I've got a thing about cowboy boots. I've always wanted to date a lady who wears cowboy boots.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
What can I tell you?
I just want to show you those chippies again. Absolutely perfectly cooked. And you saw you saw those go in from scratch.
So those were skin on, weren't they?
They were skin on indeed. I like them with skin on. I think get a bit of extra colour on there, which is nice.
Yeah.
But again, in what? I think this was around about 23 minutes from start to end for perfectly cooked homemade chips.
You get one of those chipping things. You can make chips from fresh potatoes, and you've got them ready to eat in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
absolutely.
extraordinary.
And the great thing is with that,
they're hot, but they're also very,
they're going to be around 3 to 5% fat. Anything less than 5% fat is considered low fat. Now, I love this. One of my favourite things to cook in an air fryer.
I'm going to make T-shirts that says everything's better with bacon.
What we've done here is we have cooked
blooming cheek. Where's it gone?
Our whole English breakfast in here, all at the same time. I've got some black pudding in there. I've got some sausage. I've even done some mushrooms in here. We've got some bacon.
You don't have to turn your sausages either, do you?
No, absolutely not. It's all been cooked perfectly for us. And you saw how long that took. I mean, that took me seconds to program that.
My name is on one of those pieces of bacon.
And what we've got is an absolutely perfect result. You know, it's a platter of breakfast for 2 people done so quickly and so easily. Oh yeah, a little bit of ketchup.
And then off you. Can I take one piece out of the way?
Indeed. Let me just give that a little bit of ketchup at the back there, and there we are.
Yeah, well over 10% of the stock now gone.
And the other thing is, when these are done, Rob, straight in the dishwasher. Dishwasher safe accessories, a 3-year guarantee as well.
Oh, and just make sure you register it. It's for free.
Absolutely.
You just register online.
With a machine that's going to save you up to 40% counter space. I think there'll be a lot of people out there that have got an air fryer that love their maybe single drawer air fryer. Not only does a dual drawer give you 2 different air fryers together, you've got the vertical stack now as well. So it's going to save on that footprint up to 40%, as well as save you time.
Turn me into a superhero.
Save you energy, but give you better results. And you've seen as well how achievable these results are. We just loaded the drawers up, put it in, set the time and set the temperature. I've done nothing else to that. That's a full English breakfast with no effort from me whatsoever.
What did you coat the bacon with?
Nothing.
That's just bacon?
Literally au natural.
Crikey.
Incredible, isn't it?
Wow.
Absolutely incredible and so easy to do. Let me just show you how our sweet potato fries and our burgers are coming along. It's about 10 minutes left there on those. Just going to give the sweet potato fries a bit of a shake. And remember, again here, I just programmed the whole machine to do the entire meal for us. And you can hear our burgers sizzling away in there as well. We can pop those back in.
Can I ask you a question? How would you like to cook food quicker and make it taste better? Well, I personally, in my experience, that's air frying for you. And so you get a machine like this. This bacon, I thought that was coated with some. It's so tasty.
Yep,
just regular thick cut bacon. I've not done bacon in an air fryer, but I'm going to go there now. Burgers, meats, vegetables, pastries, cakes, you name it, you can do it. And if you've got either bakeware or you've got any kind of cookware that you want to use, as long as it fits in there, you could do a mini lasagna or a moussaka. You can do things straight out of the freezer. You've got convenience. You're going to potentially save electricity because you're not heating up a big oven to cook a little bit of food in the middle. No preheat time. You're not waiting 20 minutes before you've even started cooking. This is finished cooking by the time the oven's just getting up to temperature. And at $114.99, I promise you, if you believe nothing else I ever say, because I know a lot about air frying, because I do it almost every day and have done for several years now, this machine, I cannot recommend it highly enough. I was so excited when I saw it because I just, apart from the fact it looks really good, it is super, super functional. And if you haven't got an air fryer yet, you will find it's probably the best way to cook. Unless you've got a massive family, but even then, maybe it becomes an ancillary oven. But if you've got a student going off to uni, one of those. If you live in a single room in an HMO, one of those. I do when I'm in Manchester or Warrington, where I'm staying still. My house is in London. I come up here for work, and I'm in an HMO, and I don't have an oven. I've got a little kitchenette with a hob, but I've got an air fryer in the corner. Caravans, camper homes, all that sort of thing. Work kitchens. If you're the boss, why don't you get one of these for your little work kitchen, and people can come in and do their toasted sandwiches, you name it. I've got to take my penny off. I can't take my penny off. I'm all sorry. I'm just talking to my producer. I can't take my penny off because I'm all wired in. Nom nom. Sorry, I've got some lovely bacon in my mouth too. Joe, final word about that? Oh, his mic's out. Never mind. I just need to be able to see what I'm talking about. Hold on. 1 second. There it is. It's only because I had a mouthful of bacon, you see, so I thought I'd cheekily ask Joe to just finish, to have the final say. But he was also eating something. Right. Good. Now. Sorry. Hold on. Bear with. Talk amongst yourselves. Right. There we are. The Salter VertiCook. Now, ladies and gentlemen, about 3 or 4 days ago, this was on the air. I know it's kind of a bit of a non sequitur doing this in a kitchen show and me having a penny on. But this sold out a few days ago so quickly, it was a runaway success. And we have managed to get it back literally within 2 or 3 days. It's from Beldray. It is the upright, it's 1.4 litres, the tank. I'm just going to move this for a second so I can actually show you what I'm doing. You'll notice that on the sides you've got these little retractable hooks that allow you to hang clothes if you want to hang them from the side. But you've also got a big built-in hanger at the top so you can put, you know, your shirts and things like that around it or your T-shirts over the top of it. Now, this is already quite high. It's at my height. But you see, you've got a little hook. The quality on this is just incredible. And then, like a sort of little tripod, you can see you can actually raise it to whatever level you like. You've got 2 stages. So it's a ½ a metre, then you've got another ½ a metre, then a third ½ a metre. So you can go up to 1.5 metres in total. Or, depending on your height, you can adjust it anywhere in between. I can't believe, I genuinely cannot believe that this is only $59.99. I really, look, I'm not saying this to impress you. Hello? No, I'm not saying this to impress you, but I'm saying this to impress upon you. Am I looking at the right camera? I'm not, am I? It's over there, camera 1. It was 2 before, I was looking at the wrong one, sorry. You know, when I'm not doing this, and when there's work around, I'm an actor. And I have had the pleasure and the privilege of working when I lived in Los Angeles for over a decade and worked in Los Angeles for over a decade on some of, you know, the biggest TV shows on American screens. A few movies as well under my belt. And I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you that the wardrobe departments of the biggest movies and TV shows on the planet use something like this. They might have an iron, they might have a steam generator iron, but very rarely do they use it. Because also, you know, sometimes you've got delicate costumes and things like that, and they don't want to risk putting a sole plate onto a fabric and ruining it, oftentimes because it's rented as well. Steam is the way you get rid of wrinkles. That's why they all have. I've never seen a wardrobe department without a vertical steamer, and I've never really ever seen a wardrobe department using an iron. I don't even think I can think of one example. This is, I mean, this it's so substantial. It's really well made. It's so simple to use. You've got a tank at the back, which is where your water goes. You can remove that at any point. That's 1.4 litres. Then you also have a little dial, a twisty dial. So it's off. Then you can go over silk if you want to do something very, very delicate, obviously. Then cotton and then linen. So you can see the light comes on once you turn it on. And within literally a minute or two, you've got steam coming out in copious amounts, about 45 seconds to heat up. And then, I'm not going to put that to my ear this time because it will be coming out soon. When it was off, I did. I pretended it was a phone, Caroline. But don't do that when it's on. And I love the fact you've got this little handy hook that just goes on the top there. I think probably the best way to, I mean, I will wait for this to heat up, but we have got a video actually, from the other day, literally a few days ago, Sean and Hayley and Bev Hare. But just remember the pricing on this, it's, I mean, $79.99. Oh, it's now starting to come out at Beldray and also at amazon.co.uk. I think that's a good price. If I'd seen this at this price, I'd have bought it. And we've got it at $59.99, but you've got to get it quick. How much stock have we got, Caroline? Is it quite a big stock now? They've got more than they had initially, but I don't know if it will last. All right, now, you know what? What's the best way to do this? Now the steam's... Look how much steam is coming out of there. It's really good. Now, you have got a removable brush, but I'm going to flick that off. I don't know how hot it's going to be, so I'm just going to do that and drop that on the floor. But let me take this orange... Well, for you to be able to see it, can you see the creases on there? Yeah? So look at how, I mean, it's just instant. It really is. Steam is what gets rid of wrinkles, not heat. Not the heat from the sole plate of an iron. It's kind to fabrics. It's going to mean that your clothes will last longer. It really, truly will. And you can really hear it going now. I'm going to turn this one off. When you get iron shine, they call it iron shine, that basically means you've melted the fabric, or some of the fabric on your clothing has actually melted onto the bottom of the iron. You're ruining your clothes with ironing, unless you've got a really good steam generator iron. We obviously do sell those. But I'd always go steam all the way, ladies and gentlemen. And so here are Sean, Hayley and Bev Hare, and they are literally full steam ahead.
We've got such a great deal on this steamer, and when it comes to a steamer like this, because it's not just the handheld, it makes it so much easier, doesn't it?
I love it.
For a start, it's easy to store because you can take it down in 3 settings. So it goes right down.
Have it lowest when you just...
lowest, yeah,
and I'd have that in the dressing room or in your bedroom or in the office, just somewhere stood ready to go.
So you can do that, so you can lock that away.
Or the utility room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you see the different heights there, so you can have storage, and then you've got 2 different heights, all depending if you're doing a long dress or whether you're doing a shorter jacket or a long jacket.
And how tall you are as well, so you're nice and comfortable. Yeah. You know, also, it doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed, because this is the one that you hold the steamer on, but if you push it back and turn it round, if you're left-handed, you can do it that way round.
Oh, right, fab.
So you can turn it round with that. I've put a garment on the top of it because obviously...
a bit creased.
A bit creased. Heat up time, 45 seconds.
Oh, my word, that's brilliant.
You've got silk, cotton and linen. So whatever this is linen, so I'm going to put it onto linen. Your water goes into the back there. You can add water to it.
It's a nice big tank as well.
Yep, as and when you want to do that. 1.4 litres of water. Also, you can use put my teeth in, demineralised water if you want to, if you live in a hot water.
Oh, Bev, nearly 20% of this stock sold out and gone. It is a market-beating price, and honestly, you will absolutely love it. One of the best things I ever bought. And I love the fact that it has all this, because sometimes when you hang it on the hanger, which is great, and you can steam on a hanger, but then if you're trying to do the arms, you're sort of a bit like, how many hands do I need?
And you can't...
It's like your hands-free, really, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. You've also got a garment brush as well, which clips on, which I'll show you when it's not hot. You do it, put it on before, which just clips on just to there. Because what that does, it actually opens the fibres of what you're doing, steaming.
Find it really good on a thicker jacket if it's got bits on it and things.
Or jeans and things like that, because it helps to penetrate. But also extremely good at getting rid of hair, you know, pet hair, your hair, and that's what the brush will help to do. It'll help to remove it. So literally lightweight, easy to use, and you can go into corners, round edges, wherever you want it to be, and it is just so easy to use.
Super quiet as well.
And I was saying to you before, Bev, the fact that once you've turned it on, you don't have to hold a button down.
No.
You don't have to hold it on.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Now, a tip for doing the seams on things, pop it on the inside, right, and go down the seam as you're doing it. Like that. So if you do inside out, you're actually doing the seam from inside, so it sits a lot easier. Also, if you've got to go round buttons, you can go around the edge of there, because all you're using is steam. So you're not worrying about the type of heat that's going to do the damage.
So that's why I prefer to steam, because I'm not the best of ironers, and I know I'm safer with steam. Because it's so, and it just seems so kind on your materials.
Well, it is as well. And also the fact is, I just want to show you this. You've got two hooks either side, so you can use that to hang another garment.
So that
goes on there.
I like it.
If you're doing something on this part, you're airing that while it's there. Or if you want to, you can do 3 garments at once.
Brilliant.
You know,
so
you can do
your
this
whole outfit, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could do the whole outfit.
You know, I got to say, I'm so impressed with this. If you're a road warrior, you know, so you're driving around from meetings all around the country in your car, obviously you'd need a car for it, but it's worth packing up and taking with you. It's quite lightweight when there's no water in it. It's not hugely heavy. It's just so well made. I mean, you've got the aluminium pole. It's the really strong ABS plastics. It's 1.4 litres, the tank. Now, we had a question from a viewer, Cole, C-O-L. Cole was asking, hi, Cole, how are you, mate? Was asking how long does the steam last? Now, it really depends. You've got 3 settings, because you can have it on low power, which is for silks and things like that. Then you've got cottons, and then you've got linens. So obviously, the higher the power, the hotter or the more steam is being produced, and so the water's not going to last as long. But with 1.4 litres, I mean, my steam generator iron, which pelts out steam at a ridiculous rate. I mean, I've got a 1.5 litre tank. I've never run it out. I've used it for over an hour. Honestly, I think you get a good hour and a half of steaming out of that. And the fact is, it doesn't even really matter, because even while it's on, you can still take the tank off and go fill the tank up. You don't have to sort of switch it off and you know, and faff around. It's really good. Steam is the way to go. I've tried to explain this for many, many years. An iron, it's called an iron, as you know, because it used to be a big lump of iron. And people used to hang this big lump of shaped iron over their fireplace to heat it up. And it was heavy, because it was the heat that would relax the fibres and the weight that would press the wrinkle out. But that doesn't really work. And if you're honest with yourself, you know that if you've used a conventional iron that has got a hot sole plate that can be up to 3,000 degrees or maybe more, and which produces little puffs of steam, you know, you get a little plastic thingy that you fill up with, and it drops the water onto the sole plate and gives you a little bit of steam. That, you know, that will it will diminish wrinkles, but it doesn't get rid of them completely. If you've got something tough like linen, you can still see almost like stretch marks. You know that kind of fine, like where I've got my stretch marks. They are very fine lines, right? And you can still see them on your garments. With steam, because it completely relaxes the fibres, the wrinkles just drop out. And you end up with a situation where there are no stretch lines. There are no compressed wrinkles. It's kinder on your garments. Your garments will last longer. You won't be replacing your clothes as often because the iron's melted half of them. And as you sort of gradually melt the fabrics more and more, they start to get crispy, right? And they also start to shrink a little bit. And I would throw away maybe 6, 8 shirts every 3-4 months. You know, £200-300 worth of shirts in the bin because I'd used a conventional iron. Since I got a steam iron or a steamer, mine's a steam generator iron, so it's a similar process. It's just iron shaped essentially. My clothes, I haven't had to replace them. I mean, well, certainly nowhere near as regularly, because when you wash over and over and over again, yes, they can lighten, and eventually you get to the point where, you know what, it's time to replace them. But with one of these, it's going to help to protect your clothes. And you can do it, of course you can do it all vertically, but this is great for suits, for jackets. If you've been out the night before and you've gone to a bar or something and you've worn your favourite perfume or cologne or a blouse or whatever your clothes are, or if you go to somewhere where there are smokers, you know, and you've got that horrible musty smell in your clothing the next day, the steam not only gets rid of wrinkles, but it also sanitizes and deodorizes. So I save a fortune on dry cleaning because I'll vertically steam my jackets and my suit trousers over and over and over again until they physically get to the point that they need a clean. But I'll dry clean maybe once every 6 months, whereas I used to have to do it once every or even twice every month. So there are ways that this $59.99 investment is going to actually save you money in the future. It's absolutely flying out the door as we knew it was going to. We think this could even, are we saying this could sell out again tonight? It has the potential to. It's very, 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 very busy. And it's from Beldray. You know, it's a famous name in household appliances, and it is so well made. We are market beating on this as far as I'm aware. If you go to Beldray directly, $79.99. If you go to Amazon, they've got it for $79.99. We've taken £20 off that, which again on electrical items is quite difficult to do. I want you to know, because I've seen these. I know about this. Look, this is the stuff I know about. 30 years as a professional actor, I've been around steamers. Believe me. I used to work when I was 16. My friend and I, we actually worked in the costume department at Berman's and Nathan's, which was a very famous movie or feature film and television costumiers. And we were steaming all day long, and they had big sturdy ones like this. But I've gone to buy things like this in the past because I know how superior it is as a way to get wrinkles out of clothes and what have you. And especially on real delicate items, you know, wools and things like that, cashmeres and so on. If you've got sequins or if you have applique and things like that, it's great for that. Steam it, don't iron it. And, you know, for this sort of price, I'd expect something that's rickety and, you know, very sort of chintzy. And that's why I've never bought them, because I've thought, well, at that price, you know, what is it they say? Buy cheap, buy twice, right? But I can't believe that. I genuinely can't believe. It's even got the spring that keeps to stop it from kinking. And you've got 3 height levels, so each section is a ½ metre. So, and it's just like, you know, it's telescoping, just like you'd expect with like a tripod. So you can actually set it at a bespoke height, or if you fully extend it, it goes up ½ metre, ½ metre, ½ metre, so it's 1.5 metres. And it looks really good too. It's this wonderful sort of matte grey, and it's got this sort of very light, almost sort of silvery gold metallic finish on the top. Nice, good cord on it, a couple of metres, I would say that is. So if it's on the floor, and obviously you'd put this on the floor, you wouldn't do it on a table. And you've even got a little brush if you need to agitate the fibres. You get a brush attachment as well. But actually, I tell you, if you want to sit and do it seated, you can have it down low and have it, and you can sit. And maybe you can't stand up for long periods of time. Oh, that's the wrong one. For long periods of time. It's great, and it is very mobile. Take it with you wherever you go if you need to. Put it in the back of the car. Please do check out. If you don't check out, you could miss this. It really is looking like it could sell out again tonight. We just literally got it back in. In 2 days, we got more stock back in. sold out quicker than I think almost anything we've ever had on the air before. I'm not surprised. I'm gobsmacked, I really am. It's that good. And don't take my word for it just because I'm telling you the truth. Get one and you'll find out for yourself. 5% of a sizable stock gone, in a massive stock, literally within just a few minutes. Let's go back to Sean and Hayley and Bev Hare for part 2 of Steam, the return.
This is how small it is when it's down at its lowest.
Great.
Okay, I'm just going to take the water tank off at the moment and just pop it over here. Just bear with me a second, because I just want to show you something that's quite important. Obviously, when you're using this, you can empty the water out of the plastic tank when you've finished if you want to.
Yeah.
But I want you just to have a look, and I don't know whether I'll be able to do it because it's got water in it. But if I just tip this up, can you see underneath here? There's a plug part just there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just here.
Yeah, just there. So you can actually get to the tank underneath. So you can rinse out the actual...
for lime scale and
Yeah,
things.
for lime scale, but also
Brilliant.
get rid of the... if you don't want to leave it standing in water.
So you can drain it out and
Yeah,
rinse it.
can I give you that over that side?
I'll take that away.
Okay.
I'll take that out of the way. I'll be right
Yes,
back.
take that out of the way. So you always can get into it. So that's the quality
They think
that you're
of
buying.
everything, don't they,
Yeah.
Beldray? They've been going for 154 years, so they really do know what we want and need in our homes. 3-year warranty, just register it online, which is
That's all you need to do. Yeah, absolutely. Also, look at this piece here. How many times have you had things what are frayed?
Oh, yeah, so that's
because of that.
idea,
So that
isn't it?
tension just helps to protect that a little bit. So
I could do with that on my knees.
Yeah, so could I. I know.
My knees
Yeah,
feel a
so
bit
could I.
frayed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really clever, because that happens so much, doesn't it? That little bit starts to fray and fray, whereas that's protected.
Look at those
oh my
creases
word,
dropping
look
out
at that.
there.
Yeah.
And it's so quiet there.
It is very quiet. Yeah, absolutely. Very, very
And
quiet.
it's a constant steam, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's constant all the time. You're in control, so when you finish, you can actually just switch it off if you want to. You've got 3 settings. You've got silk, cotton and linen. I have to say, to be quite honest, I've kept mine on the maximum
On the
while I've been
highest
doing
setting.
it. Yeah, because you're not worried about it doing any
not
damage.
contacting,
It's
really.
not the heat, it's just how the volume of steam.
Yeah.
That's what you're turning down.
And I think steam is so much kinder to your clothes.
Yes.
Because you're not putting a hot plate, it's just
No.
that power of the steam that's knocking the creases out.
Absolutely. I mean,
that.
that was really badly creased, as you could see on that side. But, you know...
And I love the fact you can hang the hangers on each end.
Yeah, you've got two high, you've got
Or
two,
you can
right?
hang the jacket or the item on the actual...
Straight over
Yeah,
the...
you
And
could put that on.
you are completely hands-free, so easy
Yeah.
to do your sleeves and do all the awkward
Everything.
bits.
And, you know, if you've got things where it's gathered or something like that...
Well, I mean, handheld
Yep.
steamers are brilliant, aren't they? But like you're
Yes.
saying, you've got to hold the item in one hand,
and then
Yes.
you wanna,
steam with the other.
and then
if
you
want
need
to do
another hand.
Yeah.
You need a third hand sometimes to hold out the
sleeve
sleeve.
or
Or you're
Yeah.
trying
Whereas
to...
this is your third and fourth hand, which is great.
Yeah. Or you're trying to find somewhere around the home to do it with it. But also very, very good for garments like this. So if you want to refresh, because steam is also deodorising, OK, what you've got is this little brush system. Now, that will help to open the fibres, but also get rid of any lint or hair,
So that could be
things like
cat
that.
hair, dog hair.
Yeah.
Often jackets like these, they do get bits on, don't they?
Yeah,
It's
they
sometimes
do.
really difficult to
Yeah.
get it off.
Yeah.
You sort of get sellotape, but it still doesn't come away.
Well, you do, don't you?
But like you're saying, the steam helps
Yes.
sort of gather those bits as well together.
It does, yeah.
And you were
all-
saying
you're
about-
combing it.
It opens the fibres.
It opens the fibres more, so if you've got something that's really difficult, you're actually penetrating those fibres a lot quicker.
And of course, steam, it sanitises and deodorises,
Yes,
doesn't it?
it does.
If you've got a jacket out where you think, oh, you know, it's a bit smelly, it's been in the wardrobe for ages, and I don't want to wash it. It's not dirty, but it just smells a bit.
No, you want to refresh it.
Yeah,
So
brilliant
you
for
can,
that.
if you want to, if I just turn this round, just to show you, you can actually put it on the inside because you're not going to do the damage to the lining. But what you are doing is you're allowing for that to deodorise that part of the garment. But you know, one of the best things, to be honest, is, you know me, I don't struggle on an ironing board if I'm forced, is taking this unit to the bed.
Now, we just had an email in about that from Sharon. Hi, Sharon. She was asking, can you use it on the bedding on the bed?
Yeah, absolutely. Take this with you. I mean,
So
to be honest, what I would do, you don't need you don't need all that. So take that down nice and low. Take that with you to the bed and just do it on the bed.
Great idea, Sharon.
I've done the curtains, also pillows. You get longer out of your pillows by doing it.
Yeah, because it refreshes them, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and also to get rid of the pet hair, because obviously if the cat sleeps in a particular place, pop the little brush swan on and use the steam, you know, with that, and it'll lift the pet hair out of it.
I think you're going to absolutely love it.
That is absolutely brilliant. About 10% of a massive restock has gone. I'd really recommend you get that. Now, obviously, I know you think, why are you going to say that, Rob, aren't you? Because you're presenting the show and you want people to buy it. Well, yes and no. I mean, you know, the enthusiasm is strictly my own. And I care very much about what people think about me and also about what I say. And obviously, if I sell you a dud, or I say sell you a dud, if you buy a dud from a show I'm presenting, you're not coming back again, are you? And that my bosses would not look kindly upon that. So when I see something that I know is an absolute winner, I let you know, and that's what I'm doing with that. Really and truly, I'd have that in my own home. In fact, I might very well go get myself one. They're brilliant. They're just absolutely brilliant. $59.99, folks, down £20 from the Beldray price and the Amazon price. Do check out. What we'll do is we're going to come back to our air fryer briefly. If you've got any questions about the steamer, let me know. We will go back to the steamer in a little bit. But obviously, the other main sort of rock star of our show is this wonderful Salter air fryer. And by the way, Pat sent us an email. Hi, Pat, how are you? Great air fryer. How do you cook eggs on it to go with a yummy breakfast? Now, Pat, basically what you need... Oh, boy. What you need... And you can actually buy them online. You can buy little air fryer ramekins, little air fryer dishes that you can crack eggs in, and basically you can do like a fried egg, or you can even get poachy ones as well if you want to do poached eggs.
You can just put eggs in whole as well, you know, and do like a boiled
can
egg.
You really?
Yeah, it's a bit of trial and error. It can be it's a bit
can be
working
messy.
it out.
Yeah.
But I would go on the interweb and just have a little look. But there's those big
but the little dishes, you won't go wrong with those.
No, absolutely perfect. They're those burgers that we were doing in there. Remember, we just pre-programmed all of that. So we cooked the sweet potato fries on the air frying function, grilled the burgers, popped a little bit of cheese on when the burgers were done. The whole thing done and finished for us at the same time, which is brilliant.
Yes, this is the Salter vertical air fryer, 2 compartments, 4.5 litres each. It's beautiful. It's just so nicely finished. I mean, the little gold accents on the front, the matte black everywhere else. And the benefit of having a vertical is that you save about 40% space, because normally to have the 2 baskets side by side, you know, the air fryer would be out here and that takes up a precious amount of counter space, whereas this saves you. It's about the same footprint as my double toaster, but sort of turned on the side. So if you've had a single air fryer but you wanted a double one for all the benefits it brings you, this is what you want to go for.
Actually, it's taking up much less space than most sort of standard single air fryers, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me just quickly show you some of the other things that I've got on the go. So, in here, a lot of people talk about being able to do pre-prepared food. And that's exactly what I've got in here. So I've got a fish pie there in the top, and then I've got a little shepherd's pie as well.
He's doing. He's
in
going.
the bottom
he's
of
got
there.
his pies in there.
The great thing about these is they need different times and different temperatures, so you can program the temperature independently. Remember, these are 2 separate 4.5 litre air fryers that can, of course, match cook and do the same thing for the same time, of course, or you can do separately. Over here, I'm a pastry fiend and I love baking in air fryer.
You can bake bread if you've got a little saucepan that'll fit in there.
Couple of different quiches in here.
I'm a quiche fiend.
We have got a cheddar and red onion quiche in the top of here.
Cheese and onion is my favourite.
But then also in the bottom of here, I've got a maple bacon quiche.
What now?
In the bottom here as well. Now, I love this because
the press.
this really shows you how big these drawers are that you've got here. That's a sort of standard size quiche. I can get one in the top, one in the bottom, both baking away beautifully. We're never going to have a soggy bottom either, because what you've got is that trivet in there, which is allowing that hot air to pass around.
Because I'm lazy, I'll microwave a quiche. I love a cheese and onion quiche, and you're not really supposed to, because they come out a bit wibbly and wobbly and soggy. But I don't want to heat up my whole oven just to cook a quiche. Whereas with this, you put it in, no preheat, instantly cooking. A flatbread pizza.
Absolutely. So you can buy these sort of slabs of pizza from the supermarket, and I've just cut it in half. I have put the other half in the bottom as well.
Oh, right.
But I put it on a little bit later.
You make your own pizzas as well if you want to. Get some pizza bases.
Absolutely. You cook.
It's like almost stone cooked.
Again, what you see is that you can get loads in there, which is fantastic. So
also it's good. You know those baguettes that are par cooked, like the garlic bread baguettes.
Yeah, absolutely. You can put some of those in there.
He's got some bake-at-home ciabatta rolls.
Bake-at-home ciabattas with a bit of camembert. We might not get time to do it.
Can you do a grilled camembert in there?
Oh, yeah, baked camembert is absolutely delicious in here. What I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to dose it over you if I may, because I know that you are very keen for me to put the steak in.
I want my steak. Well, just means I won't have to cook when I go home.
We're going to get number one on the hottest temperature possible, and we're going to put it on for a bit of time as well.
18 minutes
and then what
or
we'll do,
15 will do, that'll be
about
medium.
15. So what I like to do with a steak is I like to make sure that the unit itself is hot before it goes in. Just with a steak, it's the only thing that I do it for.
Really?
What we're also going to do...
I've never done that before.
Yeah, I just think it does make a bit of a difference. We're also going to pop this in here. I'm just going to throw the steak and the asparagus in at the same time, essentially. So, really nice piece of steak.
What does that say on top? Oh, Rob, yes.
I think that a thicker piece of steak works better in an air
That's what I
fryer
had for dinner tonight
than a thinner piece of steak. So all I'm going to do is pop this in. Now, I'm still doing my other pizza in the bottom because I pop that on a little bit later. I'm going to pop that out of there in a second. But we're also going to cook the steak in the top at the same time. So in that goes, you'll hear that sizzling, and I will leave that asparagus for a few more minutes before I pop that into there. But again, so quick and easy. If you don't, maybe you're not good. I think, again, like we talked about with roast chicken or roast joints of meats, maybe steak is one of those things that you avoid doing because you think you need to be a great cook in order to get great results.
With a Sunday roast, that the best thing to do is put it, sort of encapsulate it in silver foil. But you don't need to do that in here, do you?
No, that's the joy, I think, of cooking in an air fryer, is that it is so much simpler. So, you don't need to worry about putting the foil on. You don't need to worry about rotating it, basting it, doing all of those different things. You literally, with the whole roast chicken
Would you sear it first in a pan?
If I was doing beef or lamb, I would sear it in a pan first. With the whole roast chicken that we did in here earlier, remember we put it in breast side down for 30 minutes on about 180. For a medium chicken, of course, this is, and then we flipped it over halfway through cooking.
Half a baby back rib cage.
Oh, yeah, perfect for that. Really, really delicious.
I love my ribs.
Literally.
Oh, one sec. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This news just in. Oh, the steamer update. Wow. Approaching 15% of a massive stock has already gone. We're probably going to go back to that shortly. I know. Look, get it while you can. Get it in your bag, as Ant or Deck would say. I think it's going to sell out. Now, we came to that late in the show as well. I mean, if we'd done that when we came on the air, my goodness, it absolutely would have sold out. So you might be lucky if you grab it now. Honestly and truly, the quality of that for 60 quid doesn't bear thinking about. I keep saying honestly. I'm kind of... This is one of those products where I lose track of what else I can say. Or not lose track, I can't think of what else to say, because it's just my flab is well and truly garsted. It's that good, It does what it says on the tin. It's a steamer. It steams your clothes. Or your linen for your bed. Or, your curtains you could use it on. It's just brilliant. Very well made. Very high quality. Telescopic, height adjustable. And comes with a little brush attachment if you want to use that for whatever you use that for. And you've got the little hanger on the top, built-in hanger, but then those hooks on the side are retractable. So if you want to add extra things on, literally on hangers either side, you can. 3 heat adjustments, removable tank with 1.4 litres of water, and that's going to steam for a very, very, very long time, I can assure you. Beldray have got it for $79.99. Amazon have got it for $79.99. We have it for $59.99. It's absolutely flying. Please do check out your baskets, or you do run the risk. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think it will sell out tonight because we're too late in the show, really. And it is a big stock. We had hundreds of them, but they are going in their droves. So if get it while you can. If you want one, I think every home should have one. It will help to prolong the life of your clothes because you're not putting a hot sole plate on it, which can melt the fibres and degrade the fabric, and ultimately the longevity of whatever garment it is that you're ironing. Steaming's always better than ironing. So either get an iron that's really predominantly producing steam, or get yourself a steamer. And again, these are used professionally. If you're a dressmaker or a tailor, if you've got a shop that sells clothes, that's absolutely, definitely one to get. Hello, I see you're over here. I'm going to come over here.
My machine is just doing its doing.
It says end. It's doing its do.
Here. So what we're going to show you is just this really we're going to need bigger quiches. This is just to really demonstrate the fact that you can do a lot in here. This is a really good size air fryer. I like that as a dinner. Just as I love a quiche. Oh, I love a quiche. A quiche? A quiche. I love quiche as well. Yeah.
Quiche is nice.
But that's a maple and bacon quiche that I've done in now. Cut into these for you as well.
Older age for some reason.
And then this one here is a balsamic onion and cheddar one that I've done there.
Yeah, that's a fancy cheese and onion.
Yeah, really perfect for baking these. So let me just cut into these.
I wish I could eat these.
Let me just get this one here. So let's just
well, I can. But
let me just cut into that.
I wonder at what point I'll just give up and say, oh, I'll just be fat, because I love food so much. It's really hard to be a foodie and skinny.
But they are beautifully cooked as well, you can see.
Do you know what? Some sweet chilli sauce. I love a bit of sweet chilli sauce with my quiche.
Pop that on there. And this one is a maple and bacon quiche as well.
You'll probably quite easily make a keto quiche, because it's only the pastry, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But what you'll notice is that they are beautifully cooked all the way through.
You can do a frittata if you've got a dish.
Absolutely.
That size, do a
perfect
frittata.
for that. Any kind of baking that you want to do, this machine is going to be absolutely perfect for that. So, again, that's that done in there. Yeah. Let's do something else. Something I love to do in an air fryer.
Oh,
chicken.
goujons.
So we've got some southern fried chicken. And then I've also got some tempura goujons as well. So we're going to do half in the top, half in the bottom. Really easy to do. So I'm just going to bring this over.
Well, obviously the southern's got to go in the bottom one.
Hey!
See?
But
I love me some southern fried chicken.
You've probably got 2 servings out of each of this. So, I mean, if you were doing just your chicken in here, then you've got enough for 4 people easily.
Do you know what I love about this? So my lad, when he was a teenager, I was always a bit nervous about him using the oven. But the air fryer, as long as they're old enough that you don't need to supervise them, they can get home from school or whatever, and they can be making their own tea. You know what I mean? Without waiting for a parent to come home, as long as again you trust them to do that. But they're very safe, these, aren't they? And also, if you're somebody, maybe you've got a bad back, maybe you're not as mobile as you used to be. I hate ovens that are under the counter because you've got to bend down and you open up the what do you call it? The door. You get this waft of hot air. I've singed my eyebrows doing that in the past, And then you've got to stoop and get the stuff out with oven mitts or whatever. No need to do any of that. It's all countertop.
It's such an effortless way of cooking. It really is. I'm just going to swap with you really quickly, if you don't mind.
Ready? Here we go.
Because I'm going to go over to my... I'm going to go over to my steak, and I want to show you here. Just look at how beautifully...
Oh, that's my steak,
that is cooking.
Oh, yeah, boo-boo.
It really is fantastic. Look at that. Beautiful.
Because it sears, the superheated dry air sears the outside, locks in the juices. And with no added fat, you will get such a succulent steak.
I'm just going to throw some asparagus in there.
Yeah, how much longer we got?
Or, as the Italians call it, asparagi.
Asparagi?
Asparagi, yeah.
Do you know what my son used to call broccoli when he was a kid?
No.
Little trees.
Little trees?
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, when they do the wide shot. Welcome back to I'm a Broccoli, they say. Have you not seen that?
I don't watch I'm a Celebrity, I'm afraid.
Sorry, Ant. No. Sorry, Dec, if you're watching. I do apologise.
Yeah. I'm more of an Emily in Paris kind of guy.
I love that.
My goodness.
What was the film?
They will continue
Mrs.
to
Harris
make that.
Goes to Paris.
They
Have you
will
seen
make
that?
20 more seasons of Emily in Paris, and I will binge it first weekend every time it comes out. Couldn't get enough of it.
I love a good drama. Right, what's next?
Should we do-si-do again?
Yes, do-si-do. Oh, yes. Now, what we need to do is time it, Joe, so that my steak's ready just as we go back to the video of the steamer.
Let me just take it's got a little while. Yeah, I think it's got...
10 minutes?
Hold the line. 7.5 minutes. It might need a little bit longer, I think. It might need a couple of extra minutes.
But I love this. If you've got, because also, you know, microwave dinners, I don't think ever taste as good as oven-cooked dinners. Because usually when you go into the supermarket, you've got a choice of both. And the oven-cooked ones come in the silver foil, don't they, obviously? They're just brilliant.
Yeah, they are.
And you actually, you know what, Joe? If you turn that the other way, you could have got 2 fish pies in there,
Yeah, absolutely. I could have. I'm just going to take these out of here. But again, what I want to see, because a lot of people do ask about, you know, doing sort of pre-prepared stuff in an air fryer.
Folk. It's just think of it as a mini oven.
You can. But what I love is as well, you get that really lovely golden brown finish on there, which is amazing. So let's just put those into there. And all I've done is I've just finished that just with a little bit of micro veg, very
Can I
quick
just say,
and
you
easy.
see this vegetable arrangement here? Blooming hate that.
Sorry?
But I hate mixed veg.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Well, that's sort of standard.
I hate peas. I love peas in mashed potato, and I love mushy peas, but regular garden peas. Oh my!
But you can see really beautiful piping
Something fishy
hot.
about that pie. Well, that killed the conversation, didn't it? What's the difference between a cottage pie and a shepherd's pie? Yeah, it's there. Yeah, shepherd's pie is lamb, right? And cottage pie is beef.
Yeah, but we always had beef. We always had. And my mum used to cook cottage pie.
Yeah.
But we'd always, no matter what meat was in it, it was always shepherd's pie.
And my mum used to put baked beans in it, in the meat, which I thought was always lovely.
Very frugal.
Joe, I'm afraid I'm going to have to cut you short, my friend.
No worries whatsoever.
Keep the steak going, because we're about to go back to the steamer. I'll come back for that. If anyone touches my steak, then I won't be in tomorrow night, because I will be in the police station having committed bloody murder. Bloody as in there'll be blood involved. Not really. I'm a pacifist, me. I make love, not war.
Hey.
Actually, I haven't done either for a very long time. But no, anyway. Yeah, quick, get yourself to a website, our website, shopontv.co.uk. Put one in your basket and go check out. Honestly, you will absolutely be thrilled with this, I'm sure. But are we going straight to the steamer? We're straight to the video. No time for me even to get to the machine. That's how urgent it is. In fact, I've just heard it's sprouted wings and it's flying out the door.
We've got such a great deal on this steamer, and when it comes to a steamer like this, because it's not just the handheld, it makes it so much easier, doesn't it?
Love it.
For a start, it's easy to store because you can take it down in 3 settings. So it goes right down.
Have it lowest when you just...
lowest,
And I'd have that in the dressing room or in your bedroom or in the office, just somewhere stood ready to go.
So you can do that, so you can lock that away.
Or the utility room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you see the different heights there, so you can have storage, and then you've got 2 different heights, all depending if you're doing a long dress or whether you're doing a shorter jacket or a long jacket.
And how tall you are as well, so you're nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, also, it doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed, because this is the one that you hold the steamer on, but if you push it back and turn it round, if you're left-handed, you can do it that way round.
Oh, right, fab.
So you can turn it round with that. I've put a garment on the top of it because obviously...
A bit creased.
A bit creased. Heat up time, 45 seconds.
Oh, my word, that's brilliant.
You've got silk, cotton and linen. So whatever, this is linen, so I'm going to put it onto linen. Your water goes into the back there. You can add water to it.
It's a nice big tank as well.
Yep, as and when you want to do that. 1.4 litres of water. Also, you can use put my teeth in, demineralised water if you want to, if you live in a hot water.
Oh, Bev, nearly 20% of this stock sold out and gone. It is a market-beating price, and honestly, you will absolutely love it. One of the best things I ever bought. And I love the fact that it has all this, because sometimes when you hang it on the hanger, which is great, and you can steam on a hanger, but then if you try to do the arms, you're sort of a bit like, how many hands do I need?
And you can't...
It's like your hands-free, really, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. You've also got a garment brush as well, which clips on, which I'll show you when it's not hot. You put it on before, which just clips on just to there. Because what that does, it actually opens the fibres of what you're
materials.
Steaming.
Find it really good on a thicker jacket if it's got bits on it and things.
Or jeans and things like that, because it helps to penetrate. But also extremely good at getting rid of hair, you know, pet hair, your hair,
right.
and that's what the brush will help to do. It'll help to remove it. So literally lightweight, easy to use, and you can go into corners, round edges, wherever you want it to be, and it is just so easy to use.
Super quiet as well.
And I was saying to you before, Bev, the fact that once you've turned it on, you don't have to hold a button down.
No.
You don't have to hold it on.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Now, a tip for doing the seams on things, pop it on the inside, right, and go down the seam as you're doing it. Like that. So if you do inside out, you're actually doing the seam from inside, so it sits a lot easier. Also, if you've got to go round buttons, you can go round the edge of there, because all you're using is steam. So you're not worrying about the type of heat that's going to do the damage.
So that's why I prefer to steam, because I'm not the best of ironers, and I know I'm safer with steam. Because it's so, and it just seems so kind on your materials.
Well, it is as well. And also the fact is, I just want to show you this. You've got two hooks either side, so you can use that to hang another garment.
So that
goes on there.
Oh, I like it.
If you're doing something on this part, you're airing that while it's there. Or if you want to, you can do 3 garments at once.
Right.
You know,
so
you can
do
this
your whole
one.
outfit, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could do the whole outfit.
I mean, really, I don't know what else to say. Comes in a great box, by the way. It's a good gift for somebody. 1872 is when Beldray first started. And I like, it says on the box, between us, we've got this. I've been a big fan of Beldray products for a long time. They're one of those, they're like a premium brand, but at budget pricing. And the fact is that you're not just removing wrinkles from your clothing, you're refreshing them as well, because steam deodorizes it. It can help to kill bacteria, and bacteria is what causes smells. So if you ever have a jacket or something that you need to wear again the next day, or even you've worn it during the day and you're going out at night and it's sort of ponging a bit because you've been sweating into it, or you've had a particular cologne or perfume, vertical steaming, you give it a quick steam, it will totally and utterly reset. It will get rid of the old odours, and then you can refresh your cologne or your perfume or whatever it is. And also the body odour. It's great at getting rid of body odour. You can't go wrong with this. It's really well made. 20% of a massive stock has gone. So it has a removable tank, you can see here, very easy to refill. You can take it to the tap rather than have to, you know, I've seen some of them where you have to sort of use a jug at the back and it can get very, very messy. That's removable, 1.4 litres. The steam is going to be produced constant, and it is continuous steam you probably get at least over an hour of that, even on full whack. There are 3 different temperature settings. So one of them is, there's off, and then there's silk. So, and it's, it doesn't have to be silk. It can be, delicates, basically, silks and satins and things like that, maybe wools. Then you've got cotton, and then you've also got linen. So if you've got one of those, linen is just absolutely, what a nightmare to be able to get wrinkles out of. And it's not just clothes, it could be tablecloths. Maybe you've got a catering business, napkins, towels, tea towels, things like that. Just brilliant. And what I love about it, so you have these are retractable, these hooks. So if you've got multiple things you want to steam, obviously you can put a garment over the main built-in coat hanger section, but you can also, if you've got stuff on hangers, whop it out the wardrobe. I mean, while you're getting out the shower and you're drying your hair, stick this on. It takes 45 seconds to heat up, and then you're going to get continuous steam coming out. And this could already be on the hanger, straight out the wardrobe. And the minute you see the steam being produced, then all you've got to do is get in there with your nozzle. You can get, you don't even have to worry about getting around details like buttons and things like that. Under the armpits, if it's something that's been used, collars, it works on every type of garment, but not necessarily garment, it could be your curtains. You could even take this to the curtains. Just close the window first, eh? You could do it if you want to put your bed sheets on your bed and actually steam them while they're on the bed. Then you get a little bit of steam penetrating into the mattress as well, which could help to reduce the sort of, or to denature, dust mite allergens and things like that. So it's not specifically designed for that. So I'm not making any claims there because I don't have any documentation to say how effective it is against dust mite allergens, or not. But for what it's designed for, though, absolutely. Steaming clothes, steaming fabrics, helping to protect the fabrics too, helping to prolong the life of your clothes. But it is something you could, when the water's not in the tank, it's quite relatively lightweight. You could take it with you on the road if you wanted to, or on holiday. Or as I say, if you're a dressmaker or a tailor, maybe you do alterations, things like that. Absolutely brilliant. Really well made. I can't believe it's $59.99. I genuinely, hand on heart, believe that should be $15.99. And I know quite a lot about these. I work with them a lot because, in my alter ego, when I'm not broadcasting on ITV and STV, I'm on TV sets and film sets and things like that. Look at how much steam is coming out of this. Wardrobe departments, this is the device of their choice. Theatre as well, if you're in the theatre. Listen, look at that. Ooh, wow. Lovely, amazing. I'm very impressed with this, and you will be too, I absolutely guarantee it. Well, so I guarantee, I believe you will. So let's go back to our second clip with the wonderful Beth Hare and Sean and Hayley. But get it in your basket and get it checked out as soon as you can. We are but even at this time in the morning, we are super busy on this. And this is something I think that if you have any kind of garment, and if you don't like ironing, if you're lazy like me, you hate getting the iron out. Although I've got a steam generator and I don't mind getting it out because it's quite fun to use. But I'd equally have one of these. The reason I've not bought these in the past is because at that sort of price, normally they're really flimsy. But this is really substantial, really well made, all quality materials, the big brand of Beldray, and what a price, $59.99.
This is how small it is when it's down at its lowest.
Great.
Okay, I'm just going to take the water tank off at the moment and just pop it over here. Just bear with me a second, because I just want to show you something that's quite important. Obviously, when you're using this, you can empty the water out of the plastic tank when you've finished if you want to.
Yeah.
But I want you just to have a look, and I don't know whether I'll be able to do it because it's got water in it. But if I just tip this up, can you see underneath here? There's a plug part just there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just here.
Yeah, just there. So you can actually get to the tank underneath. So you can rinse out the actual...
for lime scale and
yeah,
things.
for lime scale, but also
Brilliant.
get rid of if you don't want to leave it standing in water.
So you can drain it out and rinse it.
Can I give you that over that side?
I'll take that away.
Okay.
I'll take that out of the way. I'll be right back.
Yes, take that out of the way. So you always can get into it. So that's the quality that you're buying.
They think of everything, don't they, Beldray? They've been going for 154 years, so they really do know what we want and need in our homes. 3-year warranty, just register it online, which is
That's
incredible,
all you need to do. Yeah, absolutely. Also, look at this piece here. How many times have you had things what are frayed?
Oh, yeah, so that's
that tension just helps to protect that a little bit. So
I could do with that on my knees.
Yeah, so could I. I know.
My knees feel a bit
so could I. Yeah, absolutely.
That's really clever, because that happens so much, doesn't it? That little bit starts to fray and fray, whereas that's protected.
Look at those
oh my
creases
word,
dropping
look
out
at that.
there.
Yeah.
And it's so quiet there.
It is very quiet, yeah, absolutely. Very, very quiet.
And it's a constant steam, isn't it?
Yeah, it's constant all the time. You're in control, so when you finish, you can actually just switch it off if you want to. You've got 3 settings. You've got silk, cotton and linen. I have to say, to be quite honest, I've kept mine on the maximum
on the
while I've been doing it. Yeah, because you're not worried about it doing any damage. It's not the heat, it's just how the volume of steam.
Yeah.
That's what you're turning down.
And I think steam is so much kinder to your clothes.
Yes.
Because you're not putting a hot plate, it's just the power of the steam that's knocking the creases out.
Absolutely. I mean, that was really badly creased, as you could see on that side, but, you know...
And I love the fact you can hang the hangers on each end.
Yeah, you've got 2 high... You've got
you can hang the jacket or the item on the actual...
Straight over
you
and
can put that on.
you are completely hands-free, so easy to do your sleeves and do all the awkward
Everything.
bits.
And, you know, if you've got things where it's gathered or something like that.
Well, I mean, handheld steamers are brilliant, aren't they? But like you're saying, you've got to hold the item in one hand,
and then
steam with the other.
And then
if you want to do
another hand.
Yeah.
You need a third hand sometimes to hold out the sleeve.
Or you're trying
Whereas this is your third and fourth hand, which is great.
Yeah. Or you're trying to find somewhere around the home to do it with it. But also very, very good for garments like this. So if you want to refresh, because steam is also deodorising, OK, what you've got is this little brush system. Now, that will help to open the fibres, but also get rid of any lint or hair,
so that could
things
be
like that.
hair, dog hair.
Yeah.
Often jackets like these, they do get bits on, don't they?
Yeah,
sometimes
they do.
It's really difficult to get it off.
Yeah.
You sort of get sellotape, but it still doesn't come away.
Well, you do, don't you?
But like you're saying, the steam helps sort of gather those bits as well together.
It does, yeah.
And you were saying about
you're combing it.
It opens the fibres.
It opens the fibres more, so if you've got something that's really difficult, you're actually penetrating those fibres a lot quicker.
And of course, steam, it sanitises and deodorises, doesn't it?
It does.
If you've got a jacket out where you think, oh, you know, it's a bit smelly, it's been in the wardrobe for ages, and I don't want to wash it, it's not dirty, but it just smells a bit...
No, you want to refresh it.
Yeah,
so you can, if you want to, if I just turn this round, just to show you, you can actually put it on the inside because you're not going to do the damage to the lining. But what you are doing is you're allowing for that to deodorise that part of the garment. But you know, one of the best things, to be honest, is, you know me, I don't struggle on an ironing board if I'm forced, is taking this unit to the bed.
Now, we just had an email in about that from Sharon. Hi, Sharon. She was asking, can you use it on the bedding on the bed?
Yeah, absolutely. Take this with you. I mean, to be honest, what I would do, you don't need you don't need all that. So take that down nice and low. Take that with you to the bed and just do it on the bed.
Great idea, Sharon.
I've done the curtains, also pillows. You get longer out of your pillows by doing it.
Because it refreshes them, doesn't it?
Well, and also to get rid of the pet hair, because obviously if the cat sleeps in a particular place, pop the little brush one on and use the steam, you know, with that, and it'll lift the pet hair out of it.
I think you're going to absolutely love it.
Do you know what, ladies and gentlemen? What time is it, please, somebody? It's 28 minutes past 2 if you're watching live. We've got over 20%. In fact, we're rocking on for a quarter of a massive restock of this. It was only it literally sold out about 2 or 3 days ago. So if you're watching on +1, even more will have gone, or on ITVX if you've rewound the show, which you can, of course. You can always go to ITVX and click watch from start if you want to find out what you missed. Oh, we had such fun at the start of the show. I love the fact you've got the retractable side clips so you can hang garments both sides. So if you're doing a job lot of stuff, you know, you can have it all kind of waiting, standing by. This hose is, by the way, it's a stay cool hose. It doesn't get hot, hot, hot. I mean, it gets warm, but it's so easy. By the way, this, I just think we needed to make sure is, there we are. That's why some of the steam was coming out, because that wasn't twisted on. You can remove the hose very easily. 3 settings off, then you've got, for your delicates, you've got essentially a silk setting, for your medium temperature, your cotton, and then for your sort of, for the stubborn wrinkles, you've got a linen setting. 45 seconds to heat up. I'm not going to steam anything. Oh, look, you get the idea, especially when we've got the professional Bev Hair doing it. But actually, the thing is, you don't have to be a professional. There is your tank, a very high capacity tank, 1.5 litres or 1.4 litres. That will give you continuous steam for, I mean, I've gone an hour with my iron with a 1.5 litre tank. So even on full pelt, I imagine that will give you plenty of time to steam. You'll probably run out of things to steam before you run out of steam, if that makes sense. $59.99. Now, I'll be honest with you, it's been a while since I've had a look at vertical steamers, but I remember I was going to get one before I bought my steam generator iron. I was going to get a vertical steamer because, as I say, professionally, that's what I've seen used for decades in film and TV. And if it's good enough for the professionals, you know, if it's going on a screen in a movie theatre or on a TV set, then, you know, that's what they use. So, but then I found that the ones that you can buy, you either buy the professional ones, which are hundreds of pounds, or the ones that are made for home use. They were just, even at pushing 100 quid or just over the £100 mark, I found them to be very rickety and flimsy and not particularly well made. But this is, I mean, crikey. This is aluminium tubing. It's really sturdy. And by the way, this will come out. So I'm not going to do it now. You can take the hose off. You can take the whole of the top off. So assembly is really easy, but also if you're traveling with it, you can break it down into 3 parts. Basically, you've got the tubing. I wonder if this top bit comes off. No, that's fixed. Then you've got your cord or your tube. That literally just unscrew that. Very simple. Empty your tank, and then away you go. So it is perfect if you are a road warrior. Or if you're if you offer some sort of professional garment service and you're traveling, you know, a seamstress or a tailor or a dressmaker or something. Weddings, if you've got a wedding business, take it to the venue and steam the dresses and the veils and things like that. If you've got a catering business, you can steam tablecloths and napkins and things like that. Airbnbs, absolutely perfect. Much better value, I think, than an iron. And portable. You don't need an ironing board. So actually, our producer said she used to work in a charity shop. So you can, again, that's perfect for when you get new old clothes in. But actually, to be honest, in a charity shop, you might get secondhand stuff that hasn't been washed and might be a little bit, might have a unique aroma. But that's the great thing about steam. Not only does it help to, or not only does it get rid of wrinkles, but also it helps to deodorize and sanitize as well. So it gets rid of the nasty nifs. Now, if you wanted to get this elsewhere, ladies and gentlemen, even at this price, at Beldray and Amazon at $79.99, I think it's an absolute steal. It's normally 100 quid. It's absolutely flying out the door, even at this crazy time in the day. Over 100 of you have bought this in the last half an hour or so, and I'm not surprised. In fact, what we're going to do, something a little unconventional, we have two video clips, we've shown you those, but because by popular demand people want to see more of it, we're going to repeat clip number 1. So if you've already seen it, you'll get to enjoy it again, but if you've just tuned in, or actually if you've already seen it, take that time to check out your baskets. If you don't pay, you don't play. I promise you, I give you this, or I give this my personal guarantee, if that means anything. I'd give this to my mum, I'd give it to any relative, any friend. I'd have one myself. In fact, I'm just about to move home. In fact, so I'm here, tomorrow's my last night of this round of shifts, then I'm with you another week, so next Thursday, Friday and Saturday night, and then I'm off for 2 weeks because I'm moving. The first week I'm packing up my flat, and then I'm moving into a house at the end of the month. And once I'm in and settled in, one of these bad boys is going to be sitting somewhere in a closet or in my kitchen or wherever. You know, actually, this is this looks nice. You could have it in your bedroom, just set up in a corner. If you do, if you wear a lot of outfits and things like that. And the thing is, you don't have to spend hours and hours slaving over an iron with loads and loads of washing. You literally can pull something out the closet, hang it up, and then steam it, and off you go. And it will work with trousers, and it will work with tops and blouses and coats and jackets and you name it. If it's any kind of fabric, and even if it's a delicate fabric, if you've got transfers, if you've got applique, if you've got mixed fabrics, if you've got, I don't know, maybe you've bedazzled something, maybe you've got sequins, this is the way to go. I remember, as I say, there was a World War II film that was being cast when I worked at Berman's and Nathan's one summer with my friend, and we were putting together all the webbing for the uniforms. But the uniforms themselves, with all the sort of the epaulettes and the intricate buttons and all that sort of stuff, they were being steamed. I've seen these in use going back nigh on 40 years. I know I don't look old enough. I'm immortal. There can be only one, and it's me. So yeah, honestly, folks, look, if you don't need a steamer, or you don't wear clothes, or you don't care if they're wrinkled, don't get one. But if you want something that's easier than an iron, more convenient than an iron, more versatile than an iron in many respects, and you want something that's really good quality for a very, very, very reasonable price, buy now.
We've got such a great deal on this steamer, and when it comes to a steamer like this, because it's not just the handheld, it makes it so much easier, doesn't it?
Love it.
For a start, it's easy to store because you can take it down. in 3 settings. So it goes
like,
right down.
Have it lowest when you just...
lowest, yeah,
and I'd
to
have that
pack
in the
it away.
dressing room or in your bedroom or in the office, just somewhere stood ready to go.
So you can do that, so you can lock that away.
Or the utility room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you see the different heights there, so you can have storage and then you've got 2 different heights, all depending if you're doing a long dress or whether you're doing a shorter jacket or a long jacket.
And how tall you are as well, so you're nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, also, it doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed, because this is the one that you hold the steamer on, but if you push it back and turn it round, if you're left-handed, you can do it that way round.
Oh, right, fab.
So you can turn it round with that. I've put a garment on the top of it because obviously...
A bit creased.
A bit creased. Heat up time, 45 seconds.
Oh, my word, that's brilliant.
You've got silk, cotton and linen. So whatever, this is linen, so I'm going to put it onto linen. Your water goes into the back there. You can add water to it.
It's a nice big tank as well.
Yep, as and when you want to do that. 1.4 litres of water. Also, you can use put my teeth in, demineralised water if you want to, if you live in a hot water.
Oh, Bev, nearly 20% of this stock sold out and gone. It is a market-beating price, and honestly, you will absolutely love it. One of the best things I ever bought. And I love the fact that it has all this, because sometimes when you hang it on the hanger, which is great, and you can steam on a hanger, but then if you're trying to do the arms, you're sort of a bit like, how many hands do I need?
And you can't...
It's like your hands-free, really, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. You've also got a garment brush as well, which clips on, which I'll show you when it's not hot. You put it on before, which just clips on just to there. Because what that does, it actually opens the fibres of what you're doing, steaming.
I find it really good on a thicker jacket if it's got bits on it and things.
Or jeans and things like that, because it helps to penetrate. But also extremely good at getting rid of hair, you know, pet hair, your hair, and that's what the brush will help to do. It'll help to remove it. So, literally, lightweight, easy to use, and you can go into corners, round edges, wherever you want it to be, and it is just so easy to use.
Super quiet as well.
And I was saying to you before, Bev, the fact that once you've turned it on, you don't have to hold a button down.
No.
You don't have to hold it on.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Now, a tip for doing the seams on things, pop it on the inside, right, and go down the seam as you're doing it. Like that. So if you do inside out, you're actually doing the seam from inside, so it sits a lot easier. Also, if you've got to go round buttons, you can go round the edge of there, because all you're using is steam. So you're not worrying about the type of heat that's going to do the damage.
So that's why I prefer to steam, because I'm not the best of ironers, and I know I'm safer with steam. Yeah, because it's so, and it just seems so kind on your materials.
Well, it is as well. And also the fact is, I just want to show you this. You've got 2 hooks either side, so you can use that to hang another garment.
So that
goes on there.
Oh, I like it.
If you're doing something on this part, you're airing that while it's there. Or if you want to, you can do 3 garments at once.
Right.
You know,
so
you can do
your
this
whole outfit, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could do the whole outfit.
The power of steam in the palm of your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Please do check out. I'm not saying that, but for any other reason, I'm saying it for your benefit, because it's flying. Honestly, at this time in the morning, I've never seen a product move so quickly. I mean, they move quick because there are hundreds of thousands, you know, and closer to midnight when we come on air, there could be millions of people watching, especially after a feature film. So you know, hundreds, usually it's hundreds, sometimes it's thousands of items that are bought every single night from Shop on TV. But by the time we get to normally sort of 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's, you know, a lot of people have gone to bed. So thank you for staying up, first of all. It is, I suppose, technically, it was Friday, no, was it Friday? It was Friday night. It's now technically Saturday morning. I really appreciate your company. It's always good to be here. My name's Rob, if you like me, and if it's not, my name's Dale. So, yeah, do check out on your steamer. $79.99 if you go to Beldray directly, and that's on discount. It's normally 100 quid. Amazon have got it for $79.99, and this has got to be close to a loss leader at $59.99. How are they even making it for that? Honestly, I've never seen such a high quality electrical product at that silly low price. I spend more than that on dinner when I take, when I go out for dinner. Actually, you know what that is? That's a couple of tickets and some popcorn and a soda at the local Cineplex for 2. Where does... Oh, sorry, cinema, movie theatre. Where does... And it's pop over here, not soda. Sorry, it's the American half of me. That's this half to there. Except for my belly, this half is beer and this half is potatoes. Speaking of potatoes, I was going to say let's go back to Joe, but only because he's cooking. He's cooking, you see. I'm not calling you a spud.
I did think if someone with friends were talking about what would your drag queen name be, and I thought Jackie Spud would be a really good drag queen name, wouldn't it? Jackie Spud, the carb queen.
Unless if they were a private detective, you just put an S on the end. Name Spuds. Jackie Spuds.
Yeah. Well, it's very, very versatile.
Crime.
Can we go? Because I'm going to take the steak out of here.
Have you heard my noir detective spiel
Your
before?
noir detective spiel? I haven't. I'm just going to grab my tongs. Excuse me.
There's comedy coming, so don't ruin it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been working on a case for some time. I couldn't afford a desk. I was sitting in my office. This tall blonde walked past the window. I knew she was tall. I was on the 7th floor. She walked in the room and rolled her eyes at me, so I picked him up and rolled him right back. We left for the club. When we arrived down at the street, a taxi stopped with a jerk. The jerk got out and we got in. When we got to the club, everyone was feeling merry. Mary wasn't very happy about that. We went in the back and they were jumping for joy. Joy was hanging from the chandelier. And there she was, the broad. I kissed her, she screamed. So I took the cigarette out of my mouth and kissed her again. And so it goes on.
Oh, I love that.
Thanks. A little bit of comedy at this time in the morning. That's for
I do
free.
we've sort of...
Oh, is that my steak?
It is indeed. I mean, it's a little bit over where we'd like
I
it.
don't mind.
But we left it in there a bit
Can I have
longer than
the
we'd
fat and crusty
anticipated.
Where's
I mean,
me
even though
fork?
we've cooked that well done...
but even
you
well
can
done
see.
in an air fry tastes good, doesn't it? You can
Really
just leave that on the board
beautifully
if you
cooked.
like, Joe.
Absolutely, I will do. You can see there.
This is going to help me.
How
Can I have some
beautifully
steak?
cooked that is. Really, really lovely. You have a try of that. You tuck in.
I'm going to. Oh, it's very succulent.
Yeah, really, really easy to do. With steak as well, we think a thicker piece of steak in an air fryer works better than a thinner piece, although, of course, they will all cook in here absolutely fine.
I'm hearing ABBA in my head.
ABBA?
Mamma mia!
Oh.
You carry on, sir.
Why am I
It's better than Waterloo.
Oh, I see.
I'll do that when I'm finished. Waterloo.
Oh. Gosh, it's late. But really tasty, really easy to do. And I think with the steak,
No,
where
it's
you'd
terrible.
think you'd need something like a cast iron pan, it would take a lot of effort. You can do it really quickly and really easily in
For
here.
home-cooked steaks, it's the best result you get from a steak, I find.
Yeah,
you need me to do dough with you?
No, I'm good, I think. I'm going to pop those in there. I've lost the
Would you be
tomato.
ashamed or offended if I eat all of that?
No, absolutely not. You go for it. I want to quickly just show you a really sort of easy and quick
it's not going to be
dinner
available
time
for display, I'm
idea.
afraid.
I am going to come
Unless you
around
slip
that
me
side.
open.
You stay there.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I'm going to pop this,
This
into here.
saves me cooking when I get back home
Yeah,
now. I can actually go to
delicious.
bed at a reasonable hour, maybe 5:30.
So
I'm looking at the wrong camera, sorry.
All I'm going to do here is just a really quick and
Don't
easy
have
meal.
lights
So some Mediterranean vegetables in there. So that can be any leftover veg that you like, you know. The drawer of good intention, I call it, in the fridge sometimes. You know, you buy it all, you put it all in there and never eat it. But even if it's on the turn, it's going to be fine in here. So top one, we've got some salmon. So we're going to pop the salmon in. So I'm going to press number 1. We're going to go to about 190 on the salmon. Let's do that for 12 minutes. And then
Joe,
number 2, we will do this one for 15 minutes on this side. And we'll go to about 180 there as well. Now, the great thing is with this, remember, that I can synchronise these two drawers together. So all I'm going to do here is hit the sync button there.
drawers.
And then hit start, and that's it. All that's going to all be ready together at the same time. I literally don't have to do anything
Can I
to that
make a point
whatsoever.
here? And I'm sorry that, obviously, I'm ridding the world of this terrible piece of steak. No, but honestly, so you cooked it a little longer. It is well done.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of Brits do well done because they just think they don't like to eat steak that's got a bit of red in it. But I tell you what, normally they taste like blooming carpet, don't
Yeah.
they? This, even well done, is beautifully
Still tender and
succulent. It's
Yeah, that's
just
because you've
gorgeous.
cooked it at a really nice, intense, high temperatures and sealed it on the outside. Keeps all that succulency, that tenderness.
Paul, our director,
in
just
there
gets his
as
knife
well.
and fork and goes straight to the farm. Here, Bessie.
I just quickly want to show you in here as well. Now, one of these is veggie, one of these is meat. I don't know which one it is, so we're going to just put them all on the same plate. But what I want you to see is, let me just grab this out of here, because what you've got is, I want you to see just
There's no
how
contamination, is there?
incredibly crispy they are. No, if you actually have a look in the machine itself, now that it's empty, what you'll see is that they are two completely separate cavities in there. So if you've got someone that's vegan, has some sort of intolerance or allergy or something like that, you are going to be cooking in two completely separate compartments, which is amazing. So yeah,
So someone who's
obviously
celiac, for
complete
example?
separation.
I can't believe how good this steak is. Was it a posh steak, or was it just one of the high street?
It was pretty posh, to be
Was it?
fair, yeah. And
We're
the only
talking
reason
green bag?
I bought a pretty posh one was because that was the
you knew I
only
was
thick
coming.
one I could get in the supermarket. So I went for a sort of thick cut one. If you go to your butcher and they cut it for you, then make sure they cut it about 1.5 inches thick,
But,
and
you
that'll
know,
be really nice.
You can get the cheaper ones. They take, because this cooks them so well, a cheaper steak will taste better if you can't afford that. I mean, you know, the steaks I get, and I eat usually one a day, or at least one every other day, 14 quid for a thick cut ribeye.
Yeah,
You
they
go
can
to
be
the posh
expensive.
shop with the 2 letters in it, his name, you're looking at 18. But you can get away with a slightly lesser cut. I mean, I don't usually ever deviate from sirloin or ribeye. I don't do the rump steaks and things like that, because I just don't think they're great cuts of meat per se. But you know, you don't have to go for the really posh ones, and you can still get a really tasty steak. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely great. So let me just open one of these up. Oh, they're too hot. I'm not going to open one of those up.
You could do onion
I'm gonna leave those to
bhajis,
cool down.
pakoras.
Any of those things that normally are much better when they're fried. So when you do them in the oven, they tend to be a bit soggy. Air fry is great because it gives you the crisp and the crunch that you associate with deep frying, but without all the fat and oil, which is fantastic. Let me just cut into one of those for you, just so you can see.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's like frying,
really
but with air.
beautifully crispy and crunchy.
You do your vol au vent cases in there. Actually, if you're a caterer, again, you could literally take your air fryer with you.
First time I ever saw air fryers was I went to a convention in Orlando, and it was probably 20 years ago, and the Americans were raving about it. It was a big industrial machine. It was going to use air to fry, and I thought to myself, what a ridiculous concept. A machine that uses air to fry. But honestly,
Actually,
here
it
we
goes
are.
back years.
It does, yeah.
Because do you remember the glass bowls that you used to put the fan on the top?
Absolutely. So 2012 was when we first saw air fryers of this style for home use.
Yeah.
So they've been around a really
the double
long time.
stackers, not until really last year or the year before, is it?
Yeah,
they were the
last
side-by-side
couple of
ones.
years, yeah, absolutely. Now remember, compared to a side-by-side dual air fryer, which are always extremely popular, this is going to use it's going to take up around 40% less countertop space than that stackable air fryer.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's engineered as well, it means that it will fit under most over-counter kitchen cupboards as well. So doesn't take up much room, but really does offer you a really amazing amount of cooking capacity. 4.5 litres on each one of
You've
those
done all
drawers.
that tonight.
I know, it's been easy as well, hasn't it?
I don't know what that accent was. Terry says, hi Rob, could you please tell me if you still do the pack of 3 air fry cookbooks all in one? I don't know. We've got them separate. Which camera am I looking at? So we've got no lights. I've got no ideas. No, I don't. We've got them separately on our website, but I don't know if we've got them. No, we have. There it is. The pack of all 3, £15. There it is. What's the item number on that, Caroline, please? I can't read the one in all 3 books.
549182, I think.
I still can't see it.
549182.
549182. 549182. Caroline, did I hear there was another email that was saying nice things? Oh, apparently Terry said I'm his favourite presenter.
Wow.
Well, the best one on the show tonight. Well, I'm the only one. On the channel, on ITV, or just on Shop on TV? Oh.
I love our producers. Like, on ITV, she just went, no.
Just Shop on TV.
No.
There are only 3 of us. Thanks, Terry. Can you say some stuff?
Yeah, yeah. Let me just over there. So
I've got just a question.
Ooh.
Fraser in Edinburgh, great show, Rob. Thank you. And Joe. Is there a way you could cook battered fish in the air fryer? Ooh, you mean...
Fish that's
fresh
already battered, you can cook in here. So you bought it pre-done, yes, you can, and it will give you a really lovely crisp and crunch. You can't batter fish yourself and put it in here.
Even if you put it into a receptacle, no,
because of the way that battered things with a wet batter on them need to go into
flash cooked.
hot oil in order to. Because if you think about it, it's actually the oil that holds the batter in place, essentially, because it's submerged in that oil.
Oh, I see. Just saw Terry's message there. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, hey. Can't repeat it on the air, I'm afraid. Right then. Goujons.
Yes, we've done these goujons in here. I mean, these are brilliant, again, because what you get is that unbelievable amount of crisp and crunch on there as well, which is fantastic.
Oh. Sorry, Joe, were you saying something? I was
yes,
listening to my producer.
Again, look at how crispy and crunchy these are. So I'm just going to cut into this for you, just to show you. Beautifully cooked again, all the way through. Still really tender and succulent, but that batter on there, that tempura batter on that one, there is beautifully cooked. And then we've also got some really lovely southern fried ones. I love doing those as like a chicken wrap for lunchtime. So microwave a tortilla for 30 seconds, a little bit of salads, a little bit of mayo, some sweet chili sauce, anything you've got knocking around, pop that into a wrap and roll that up, and that makes a really beautiful lunchtime
I was going to say to, I think it was Terry, so all right, you can't batter it, but if you, what come out really well in an air fryer, I do them quite frequently, is if you buy the battered cod, you know, fillets, the pre-made or the sort of par-cooked ones. Also, the breaded cod comes out a treat.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant for those kind of things. You do it pre-done, you can do it in here. You'll get amazing crisp and crunch compared to doing it in something like a conventional oven. Because remember that an air fryer will do everything pretty much that your conventional oven will do. Even you can use, of course, all of your own bakeware in there. So metal, earthenware, stoneware, silicone, all of those different things are fine to use in your air fryer as well. And this one, remember, comes with a 3-year guarantee when you register it. And I think that is really amazing. Salt have been around since 1760. They really are a heritage brand. And what it will do, they will do is really put their money where their mouth and give you that 3-year guarantee. You wouldn't even get that on, you know, an air fryer that's hundreds of pounds.
And it is free. You just have to register it so they know when it starts. Could you cook eggy bread? I'd say if you used a what do you call it, a little receptacle, a dish of some kind.
Yeah, do you know what you could? I think, I'm always quite honest with you, if there's a better way of doing it more easily, do it like that. It's going to be easier in a pan and you're going to probably get a better job with something like eggy bread.
Yeah, true. French toasters, I think they call it.
Fried bread in an air fryer. So I love fried bread. There's something about a real good workman's cafe with a full English, with a piece of crispy fried bread.
You've got to have sausages with the baked beans, get a mouthful of those together, and the fried bread to mop up all of the...
Some chopped tomatoes, tin chopped tomatoes. Basically, take some bread and some spray oil. Now, you can either use the oil that's in a spray already. I tend to just decant some rapeseed oil into like a pump bottle.
So like butter.
Spray it, and then what you do is you cut it into 4, and you sort of stand them up in the air fryer around the edge. Pop it in, about 4 minutes. Perfect fried bread.
Do you want to show everyone how easy it is to use?
I can't at the moment, I'm afraid, because it's in operation at the moment.
Is everything
I can show you on the back one.
We can go up to the back one. Let's do that. What I love about this is the LCD display. It's, you know, some of the displays on these things can be notoriously hard to read and
this is really easy
to use. This is easy
It
peasy.
kind of looks like it's sort of pulsating on camera.
That's just the camera.
It does not pulsate in your home, is what I would say.
It's the aperture of the cameras.
Sort of steady light that you've got on here. 2 different drawers, of course, so you have 2 different buttons on here. So number 1, of course, controls the left side. The brilliant thing about this, preset functions on here, as well as being able to manually set the time and temperature yourself. It goes up to 230 degrees Celsius as well, so that's really hot. if that was an equivalence to your standard regular conventional oven, they run about 20 degrees less. So 230 in an air fryer is the equivalent to about 250 degrees in a fan-assisted oven. So it is extremely hot.
I don't think my oven even goes up to 230, or maybe it goes to 230.
Some of them go to 210,
yeah,
some to
220 I think mine goes up.
230.
Yeah, maybe 230.
Mine's got like a pizza setting on it that goes up to about 220, and that's as hot as it goes, really. But again, with this, what you can do is you can program the 2 different drawers individually. So let's say we're going to do fish on side 1, side 2 we're going to do chips, different times, different settings, doesn't matter. As long as you press sync and then we press start, it will ensure every single time that everything is done. So if you struggle with timings, that's one of the things that really holds you back in the kitchen. Then that sync cook function is going to be the thing that's really a saviour for you.
Can I just say a big thank you, Joe? Because that, I don't know if you noticed, but just here is what I could only describe as the...
You didn't eat the asparagus, I see.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's like the... You know when you see in cop shows the murder with the chalk outline?
Yeah,
it's like a steak, yeah. Let me try the asparagus, actually.
Delicious. Roasted asparagus
really
is really tasty. Yeah, really, really tasty.
That steak was just off the... Now the asparagus is really sweet. Because when you get the caramelisation on vegetables, they become very sweet.
They do
I love
indeed,
They
yeah.
almost taste
And
like
remember,
candy.
the great thing about this particular product is, and all air frying, is that, you know, it doesn't matter what style of cook you are, whether you are someone that likes to really take your time over a meal, or whether you are cooking for function, providing meal for a family, everyone can benefit with an air fryer because it is faster, it's extremely effective, it's easy, and also you're going to get marvellous results achievably, more achievably, I think, than cooking in a conventional way.
I can't believe how tasty this asparagus is. Honestly, you've fed me well tonight. They say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
We've also done some more cookies as well. Let me just pop these out of here.
That'll be for the crew.
Warm cookies to end the night.
Absolutely. Glass of milk, and off you go. I can live it. I love milk. Oh.
But they are baked beautifully in there. Let those cool down a little bit.
Were those pre-made or was it cookie dough?
Got some cookie dough, yeah. But you can make the dough yourself. What I would do at home is make like a triple batch of the cookie dough and then just roll it into a log, freeze it in some cling film, and then every time you want a couple of cookies, just cut a couple of slices off the log and then bake them for, let them thaw a little bit, and then cook them from there. Tasty.
Look, at the end of the day, it's a machine to cook. But the fact is that who wants to eat food that doesn't taste very good? May I get your cloth, please, Joe?
Oh,
who
absolutely.
Who wants to eat food that doesn't taste very good? And I think, you know, oven cooked is always going to sort of trump microwave cooking. But this is, it's a compact, it's an easy, it's a more affordable way and space-saving way of cooking your favourite foods, oven cooking your foods, because essentially it is a small oven. But also, it does cook better than an oven, I think, because it just locks in the juices, it locks in the moisture. Everything comes out succulent and just plain sexy.
Oh, succulent and sexy, just how I like it.
Just how I like it too. Joe, you are an absolute delight.
Thank you.
You are, in certain parts of Manchester, regarded as a genius when it comes to...
in many fields.
In many fields, yeah. Also in buildings too.
And sometimes even in buildings.
And parks. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the Salter VertiCook Ultra Stackable Air Fryer, vertical 9-litre, digital 2 times 4.5 litre. But this is the worst description I've ever seen in my entire life.
Salter vertical Ultra
I know everyone's a critic.
Fryer. It's vertical.
It's all
We also
of
have a
that.
vertical steamer. That's the thread that ties the two products together.
Yeah.
They're both vertical.
Yeah,
I get
tonight, everything points upwards.
Most things.
Thank you for watching. From everyone here at Shop on TV, we bid you a wonderful day. Joe, thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure
and I'll
as
see
always.
you tomorrow night. Bye for now.